woke up, slept on me, trying to eat with vultures. Y'all look frail, let me feed the culture. Can't get full of the lead and coke, huh? Still sober? Y'all OD, follow me. Where the rain follow me, king. Yeah, I know the king, Martin Luther King. You ain't really gonna throw, boy, you in a dream. Wake up, y'all don't want it. Down to the white, I better put Marlo on it. And let's soon Chico Milo, homie. And if I'm scared, I guess I don't know it. Cause I'm still going still right where the heat at. And where I ain't supposed to be, that's where I be at. And I spit that, sit back, listen to the truth while the sky crack and the Lord gets back. Or somebody wants to get back and they click clack, leave you been back, looking at this intact. Never left, but I've been back, cross on my bit neck, and I don't rap gospel, I live that. But I'm nothing but a gimmick. You see me in a club, funny, you was in it. Skip a cosign, shout out to the homie Kendrick. And all I hear is crickets when I run into the critics. Oh well, show tells me a lot when they tell me to rock. Keep my eyebrows raised, smell what I'm cooking. And the sales may drop, yeah, the meal may stop, but they ask for the truth, yeah, I'm a dork. They like, how you do that now? Sound kinda nice, boy, who that down? Is everything real good, true and fair? But you probably wouldn't listen if you knew that down. If you knew that down.
Just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that's
It's your bye coast. Keep your hands, keep your chin tucked. It's the one that only goes with the shadow in the front. Yeah. Woo! Oh man, I love this one. This one's gonna be good, bro. Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Let me just do something real quick. Make sure you already know the routine. Let me just double check, get everything correct, and I think we are good to go. I think we're good to go. Am I sounding good? Yeah, sounding good right there. Make sure everything's here. Okay, let's get this popping. What do we got over here? Oh, what's going on, Larry? Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, OG, as usual. I'm glad you're here, OG, because I'm going to use you as an example today. Not in a bad way, but I'm going to use you as an example nonetheless. First off, my audio should be good, right? Man, listen, I got it. I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now, and I still can't start a live without feeling comfortable like my audio is good. That's because like at least 3 times out of the month I start and my shit is either messed up or it's on mute. Yesterday it was on mute. If my audio sounds good, just give me a thumbs up for my just for my fucking OCD, okay? So I don't have to keep checking it. Is my audio okay? I know I'm like 15 seconds behind. I just want to see if my audio is okay and I can start the live. Thank you, OG. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, G Funky? Okay, so first, you know what? Before I get into the topic of today's live, which is going to be, I'm a little bit excited for this today. Because it's going to be controversial, a little bit, in my opinion. You know, I used to hate controversial lives, bro. I used to hate them. Before they started, I used to be like, damn, bro, this is going to be bad. And motherfuckers going to unsubscribe to me. And now I'm like, yo, I kind of like, let's get it. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Look, the topic of today is going to be, it's plain and simple, man. We are going to get into Ryan and Devin, that circus that just happened, bro, because what the hell is going on there? But the topic is going to be the case that is being put on Canelo Alvarez, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm going to tell you about the hypocrisy, bro, and about how shit doesn't add up. This doesn't have to do with anything, whether, and let me get this straight before I even get into this topic. Before I get into this topic, I'm going to talk about Devin and Ryan real quick. But man, listen, I went over this yesterday. There's only one event that happened, bro. You can't interpret something that happened. Like, there can't be 5 different interpretations, bro. There can't. It's very clear what happened at PBC, bro. So if you guys are over there, oh wait, I'm gonna get into it in a second. First, let's get into the the crazy shit that happened at the Devin's press conference. Ryan Garcia steps up on the podium, and the first thing he says, now we know that Devin Haney and Bill Haney, right? I've been trying to give Devin Haney some respect lately, bro. I have. Okay. One thing I am very particular and about is God. Okay. I curse. I do a lot of bad things. I sin, bro. That's why I need God. All right. I don't sit here. I don't preach the gospel to you guys, although I would have no problem to that. I am not an example. I curse. I look at women foul. That's why I need God. But the purpose of this is because Devin talks about Allah and Muslims, and if that's what you are, then that's what you are. That's fine. It's fine. And if somebody's a Muslim and they come up on here and they want to praise their God, I feel like that is a time of reverence. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I mean by that is, if I stand up in a room right now, right, and before I start speaking, I say something like, I like to give, before I say anything, I like to give all praises to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, right? Regardless whether you believe in God, regardless whether you're a Jew, regardless whether you're you practice Buddhism or you're a Muslim, you as a person that believes in a higher power and a God should understand that at that moment, that is reverence. That doesn't mean you got to believe in his God, but just a little sign of respect. Ryan Garcia gets up there on his podium, and as he's talking about the Holy Spirit, Devin says this.
Look at him. Look at it. Look, this.
Not wrong one. This one.
Energy of inviting the Holy Spirit in here to lead what I should say. So that's what I'm gonna do. I want to invite the Holy Spirit to come into this room and fill this room with peace, and just to be really direct.
What the fuck happened to your voice?
So at the end of the day, I've been screaming for these promos, but I'm not even gonna react. At the end of the day, I want to clarify some
Stop
things.
the coke, nigga. It's fucking up your voice.
I want to clarify.
So let me start right here. If you would have went up there and started talking about Allah, and somebody would have said that, people would have threw a fit, bro. People would have threw a fit. Only when it comes to Jesus Christ, bro, does the disrespect is crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Whether you believe in God or not, bro. We live in a world today where people will spit in your face for talking about Jesus, bro. It's bad, bro. I felt like, bro, he went up there. You could have waited a little bit. You could have waited a little bit before you started saying what you were saying, Devin. He was praising his God, bro. Now, if you would have went up there and did your little shalom or whatever you say, I don't know. And I just think it would have not went too well. So that set the tone, obviously, for what was to come, right? Not to mention that Ryan Garcia has been acting very, very strange lately, okay? I don't know if this is Ryan's way of promoting his fight, but Ryan's been acting very, very strange, even for me. I think Ryan's a strange person. I think I'm strange. But even for Ryan, this dude arrived to the press conference on a horse, I believe. So when they interrupted him speaking about Jesus or whatever, that set the tone. And then what happened, if you paid attention, was Ryan Garcia's mom got mad. Rightfully so, by the way. Rightfully so. Not only did he interrupt him while he was talking about God, but he's telling him, stop doing coke and this and that. And Bill and Ryan's father went at it. And I don't know if you saw that right here.
Whatever you're doing,
Miss Garcia, can you let him talk?
Behind closed doors.
I love you, Mom.
Man, would you like to come up and talk? This is Ryan Garcia's mom.
This is Ryan Garcia's mom.
Okay. All right.
Hey, let me ask you. Listen, when you were the judge, when you were the judge and the referee and everything that you guys did in LDB and
Come on, Bill. Stop
wait,
this
no,
shit,
wait.
man. You always
I was
bringing up shit that, you know what, man?
No, because
You know what? Hey, weren't you a pimp? Hey, weren't you a pimp?
Listen.
Hey,
listen.
Bill,
No.
Weren't you a pimp?
Okay.
You were a pimp.
No. Listen.
Circus, bro.
Back up. During the shot. Back up. During the shot. We need to build a shot. Yeah.
And you know, somebody tell me what the hell Devin Haney's wearing, bro. What?
Look at him. Look at it. Look, this stuff that he's doing is abnormal. It's not regular. You know, it's not. You know, it's not common for somebody that's getting ready for, you know, the biggest fight of their life.
Do you like him at all?
No, I mean, I used to have respect for him, but now, like,
What is that? What is that outfit, bro? What is that? Y'all ever play Fallout 4? Y'all ever play Fallout 4? Who plays video games? Yeah. Fallout 4, there's a Wasteland character with an outfit like that, almost like that. What is that, bro? Listen, you know, when you talk about Westbrook and all these other athletes that wear this crazy shit, they be like, oh, man, shut your ass up, man. That shit costs more than your house. Well, good. You're the dumbass that spent the bands on that, bro. I wouldn't drop $25 on that. You can make fun of the way I dress. I don't care. How you gonna call somebody all these names and you up there with a skeleton outfit on, bro? Devin got up there and said, I'm very upset. I'm very upset because I'm handling things as a professional. He's handling things as a professional, is what Devin says. Standing there looking like this.
look at him. Look at it. Look, this stuff that he's doing.
Oh, look at you, Devin. Look at you. Look at you, buddy. What is going on here? Oh, yeah. You know what? What's so weird about this fight, bro? I want to see it, bro. I do. And I will tell you this. I'm not going to lie. I do think that if the fight happens, it will be an exciting fight. Something seems off about this fight in general, by the way. Something seems off in general. I don't mean just the press conference. I mean the timing of the fight, the date of the fight, the state of what's going on in boxing, right? Like, it just seems like it's off. And I pray that I'm wrong, bro. I pray that I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong, and I'm pray that the fight goes on. I really do. I do think that their skills complement one another. And Devin's hardest fight will always be against somebody that is pressuring him. That is a fact. That is a fact. Devin's hardest fights will always be against an opponent that is moving forward and pressuring him. You're not going to stand there in the pocket and outpoint Devin. Even I know that. You're not going to do that. What you can do is you can move forward and you can pressure him. And I think that's your best bet of beating Devin Haney. Ryan, as much shit that we give him and for all the antics that he does, I will give him that. He will pressure you. He moved forward on Tank the whole fight. Wasn't the greatest idea, but he did. You know what? That's a good idea, my guy. Hold on one second. You're absolutely right. There's another person I wanted to mod up too. I was going to mod up Larry and what's his name, bro? He was here yesterday. I forgot. And, you know, I was going back on the live, bro. And you said what's up to me, and I missed you, bro. And I don't mean that, bro. I tell people all the time, I'm still trying to learn how to look. I think I've done well as far as holding a live, but one of the things I really got to work on is holding a live and looking at your comments as I am talking. That's one thing I'll admit I need to work on. Somebody was here yesterday that always supports me, and I was going to give him a wrench. And hold on one second. Let me wrench up G Funky real quick. That is a good point right there. Very good point. Hold on. Okay. I think I can do it live. Yes, I can. Okay, where is G Funky at? There he is right there. There you go, buddy. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now real quick, just to let you know, if you're a mod, you can ask Tycho and OG. I don't care if you time people out. Just don't time them out for no reason. But if you see someone trolling, bro, and you want to do you, I don't care. Just know that Tycho and OG, they're like, they have a, I think they're the only two that has the ability to actually ban people. It's like it goes regular mod and then it goes like I don't know, think of it like a supervisor mod. That Tycho and OG has that. I think anybody else could just time people out, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't happen all the time here. So look, Devin and Ryan, bro. One thing I don't think I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna spend a lot of time in between now and this fight breaking down who I think is gonna win until it gets closer and until I actually feel like that fight is going to happen. Because like I said, I don't believe in jinxing or anything like that, but I honestly do believe that there is weight to the fact that Ryan might pull out of this fight. And I don't think it's because he's scared of Devin. To be honest, I don't think anybody's scared of Devin. I think anybody's scared of Devin. I've never been under the impression that you're scared of a fighter that can outpoint you. I mean, the most you could do is probably be embarrassed and you lose every round. But a fighter that can knock you out, I could understand maybe you being a little hesitant, right? You don't want to turn into a meme. You don't want to be unconscious, right? So fighters that hit hard, I could understand you being hesitant to fight them. If you get knocked out like Chris Cobra, like my guy Chris, that's a meme. That's a meme. It's one of the best. As of right now in 2024, O'Reilly has the best knockout, I believe. There was a knockout by what's his name, that prospect that ESPN everybody likes. He had a pretty good knockout, but anyway, nonetheless. I don't know if Ryan, look, I honestly think, you know what I think? I think Ryan is going through a mental health crisis right now. He doesn't want to tell people. That's what I think. That's what I think. He started acting weird prior to the time when he took time off, which is why I keep saying I don't think the fight's going to happen. And I hope I'm wrong, bro. I don't mean to keep saying that, but I'm just telling you what I see. He's acting weird. Some people might say he's just promoting. Fine. I hope he is. I don't want to be right on this. Do you understand? I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. Let me go to one thing real quick. Let me get the main topic today. Okay. And I'm serious when I say that this live can't be long because I do have something to take care of, but I really wanted to get this live out the way because I find it very ironic what some content creators are saying. I find it very, very ironic. If you look at a situation and there is a party that is clearly in the wrong, that should be the end of the story. That should be the end of the story. Whether you like somebody or you want him to fight somebody or you want him to do, that should have no bearing on if you understand why something happened. So this is what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but this is what I'm seeing. When I refer to outlets and I refer to channels, it's never because I see one person doing it. It's if I'm going to bring it up on my live, right? If I'm going to bring it up on my live, there's about 3-4, I've seen it like 3 or 4 times from different people. I'm not going to go live and address one person, unless they're talking about me. And even then, I really don't even do it. So this is nobody in particular, but I keep seeing it. I keep hearing and seeing that if you defend Canelo for leaving PBC because PBC broke their end of the deal, you're a Canelo dick rider. That's what I'm seeing. Make that make sense. If two people have an agreement, this is very simple, bro. Two people have an agreement, and you come to me, and we come together, and we form this agreement, right? PBC goes to Canelo and says, hey, you know what makes this worse out of everything? How can y'all say that? How can y'all say that when David Benavidez wasn't even listed on the original 3-fight contract? David wasn't even an option. We went over this yesterday. Canelo did not want to fight Jamal, right? You know damn well he did not want to fight Jamel. He came out and told everybody, I didn't want to fight Jamel. He didn't even want to fight Jamal, but he ended up taking it, right? So now he fights Jamel, and the fight doesn't do good. The fight doesn't do good. The numbers tank. The numbers tank when he fights Jamel. So then PBC, right, goes, oh, whoa, hold on a second. We can't have him fight Jamal now because these numbers are going to tank. Rightfully so. They most likely were going to, because if Jamel tanked, Jamal's going to tank. Why is that? Because Jamel is the more accomplished brother. Jamel is undisputed at 154. Jamel is the brother that never ducks any smoke, as far as I'm concerned, and always comes to fight and knock you out. Jamal is the more of the one that's the clout, always talking. Said, I'll fight David. And then when David actually steps up, he said, nah, I don't want to fight nobody that didn't get a COVID-19 shot and is under the age of 20 something. Remember, Jamal's the one doing all that clown stuff. So I can understand why PBC's like, no. Problem is, there was an agreement. Let me show you something here. Okay. Now, I could go to anyone you want. It doesn't matter. Before somebody says, well, that's that article. I mean, there's like 7 different ones I can go to, bro. They're all saying the same exact thing. Just about. We're going to go to the Boxing Insider. Okay. Although the exact details are not available, the consensus appears to be that Canelo and PBC couldn't come to terms regarding either an opponent or financial agreement at both. Any rate, the Mexican star is now essentially a free man as the promotional matters are concerned. Okay? Now, we go over to where, now, which one was it? Which one is the guy that always, every time, I will say, out of everybody that does these tweets, this guy's always, he's mostly right. A lot of times. Is it Michael Benson or is it Dan Raphael? And it's so weird. It's so weird that it's always a dude from ESPN that seems to be right about PBC. That strikes me very odd. That strikes me very odd that a man that's not even with that network or promotional entity is mostly right. Okay. Now, I had one from Brick Glazier, but there's a reason why I'm not going to use him. I'm not going to use him because of the controversialness that comes with him. You see what I'm saying? If you use him, there's a there's an understandable reason why you would be questioning me under scrutiny. That's not to say nothing bad about Rick Glazier. That's not. He's been right a lot of times. He has. I'm not saying that. This is just the reason why I'm not using him. Okay. Now this. You better see right here. Okay. So it says right here, I don't know if they told you, but it says that Canelo, that this is coming from Mike Coppinger. Now, we know he could be sometimes, but he says that actually it was a mutual agreement that they parted ways. The original deal was to fight Jamal Charlo on May 4th. And instead, they asked him to either fight Munguia, David Benavidez, or Terrence Crawford is a maybe. I don't know if they did that or not or whatever. He said, now, let's take this. Now, you know what people are saying. This is what people are saying. Well, he's the cash cow. Look, he could fight David right then and there. He could. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I've also said 100 times, bro, I think Canelo should have fought David by now. He should have. And I've also gone over why I don't believe he's fighting David. I don't say that I agree with it, but I'm telling you what I believe and from what I see. We talked about this yesterday. The Benavidez camp has been caught in some lies, right? And I said yesterday, why would you lie about anything in regards to the Canelo fight? Because you're telling everybody, right, that he's running from you and this and that, right? All I'm saying, I'm not saying, listen, everybody lies. I get it. But my thing is this. If you're lying about something, no matter how big or how small, in regards to a certain fighter or a certain subject, if you lie to me, I'm telling you right now, I am going to think in the back of my mind, why did he lie about this? And if he lied about this, what else are you lying about? And why would you even not be transparent with that? We went over a couple of things that was clearly caught that was not true. Number one, PBC did not even want to give Canelo $35 million to fight Jamal because they thought it was going to tank, right? We already know this. But somehow, Samson Lukowitz was going to give him $55 million to fight David. I mean, you don't even have to even go into that any further. It's comical. It's comical. Then they say they haven't heard anything from the Benavidez camp. From the Canelo camp. Went over this yesterday again. Nestor Gibbs interviewing Jose Benavidez Sr. He says, hey, David's going up to 175. Did you know that that's Eddie Reynoso's fighter? No, I didn't know. Nestor Gibbs makes a face like, what? Well, wait a second. Who did you speak to? Oh, Samson, and we all sat down or whatever. And so you sat down with Eddie Reynoso's fighter without Eddie Reynoso there, and you did not know that that's his fighter. So some might say, so what? I know what you're thinking. So what? The point is, why would you even lie about that? Why? And if you're lying about things like that, what else are you lying about? If you're lying about 55 mil and you're lying about all that, right? So it goes back to, I believe they've been doing this smear campaign on Canelo. One of the things I don't like about today's boxing, but I have to go with it. Okay, you may not like it, but we have to go with it. And it was here before I started watching boxing, and it's going to remain here after I leave this earth. And that is, a person is the A side. This whole A side shit drives me crazy. Nonetheless, whoever's the A side has earned that position, right? We see it with Tank all the time. And all the stuff that happened with Ryan and everything like that. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. I think if you are the A side, right, you should get the bigger portion of the money. You could maybe pick the venue and all this other stuff, right? But once you start putting on rehydration claws and catch weights and picking your opponent's gloves, that's where I have an issue. I feel like you're just trying to do shit just to do shit. Do you want to fight or do you not want to fight? But this is just the way boxing is. Boxing is an ugly business, bro. We all know this. Canelo, I think, should have fought David by now. But when you fight Canelo, you get the biggest payday of your life. Biggest payday of your life, bro. So I believe, and I am under the impression that he doesn't want to give it to him because he doesn't like the kid. He doesn't like the father. He doesn't like the way that they conduct business and this and that, this smear campaign or whatever. And some might say that's some diva shit. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But nonetheless, I ask you this. I ask you this, and I asked it yesterday. Regardless whether you think what Canelo's doing, regardless whether you think that's a diva move or whatever it is, right? Fact of the matter is, if you knew, my damn stomach up here, I get this pain. If you knew that the way you was conducting yourself and the things that you was doing was lowering your chances to get what you want to get, I ask you, why would you keep doing it? Why would you keep doing it? At the VA, right? It's a federal job where I work, right? If you want to get transferred, you can get transferred. But like the military, somebody has to sign off on it, a supervisor, right? So let me give you a perspective right here. Let's say I'm like, I don't want to work there no more. I want to transfer down to Florida. I want to transfer to the VA down to Florida. They're going to say, okay, there's an opening. There's an opening. You got to get your supervisor to sign off on it, right? Let's say that supervisor doesn't like you, right? He doesn't like you. And you know, in order to get him to sign it, just do what the fuck he says, bro. Just do what he says. Come to work early, do your job, you know what I mean? Do what you got to do, go home, satisfy this dude, whatever, pause, right? And get him to sign off on it. If I say, oh, he don't like me, I'm gonna come to work late and I'm gonna be belligerent and I'm gonna talk back, one would ask, do you really want to be transferred? Do you? That's how I'm looking at it. If you know everything that you're doing is just rubbing this man, I'm not saying I agree with how Canelo's acting. I'm saying if you understand that what you're doing in that smear campaign is doing nothing but irritating him and making him do like what he did to Andre, right? Why would you keep doing that? I ask you, do you really want to fight? And then when it comes out, you go to fight some guy you don't even know that that's Eddie Reynoso's fighter, right? And you say that you haven't heard from their camp, right? Why would you lie about that? Why? This is what I'm talking. Now that's just one part. That's just one part. The fact of the matter is, an agreement was made. They waited for the first fight and they noticed that the first fight tanked. So they were like, yo, we got it. It can't be Jamal, right? The problem is, bro, that's business, bro. If you were afraid that was going to happen, you should have in the agreement, hey, listen, your first fight's going to be this. However, there's a clause. If it doesn't do this much X, Y, and Z, right, we reserve the right to change your opponent. I mean, just don't go up to a guy and say, hey, you're going to fight Jamal. I don't want to fight Jamal. And then you talk him into it, right? And then he goes to fight Jamal, and Jamal's not ready. All right, I got to fight his little brother. Fuck it. All right. Now it's going, no, we don't want you to fight Jamal. What do you mean? No, it's either Munguia or David or whatever. That is their fault. That is their fault. That doesn't change. Well, can Canelo say, okay, fine. Yeah, I'll fight David? Of course he can. Of course he can. I find it crazy, though, that when somebody else is at fault, y'all call the people who's bringing this out to your attention dick riders. I mean, I could turn that around and call you a David dick rider. But it's either there's facts and then there's opinions, bro. There's facts and then there's your opinion. My opinion, I don't think Canelo wants to fight David because he doesn't want to give him that payday, and he doesn't like the way that David, his father, and all that in the Spirit campaign. That's what I think. Fact, from what's being reported, they tried to change the agreement that they originally had. There's not a difference. You see what I'm saying? My opinion is my opinion. But a fact is a fact, bro. There is no wrong or right side of a fact. There is no, well, that's the wrong way. No, it's either it's true or it's not true. Whether you like it or not, that's your opinion or how you feel. Nobody is sitting here saying that. Let me speak for myself. I think Canelo should have fought David again. Okay, let me say it again. I think Canelo should have fought David by now. But I'm saying it again. I told you why I think that is. I do not think it's because he's scared of him. When a person breaks an agreement and he decides to walk away, and the channels that report on it say, hey, look, man, I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, I mean, they did break the agreement. I mean, look, they call you a Canelo dick rider. That's weird. That's weird. What would that make you then? What would that make you? I'm a dick rider because I'm pointing out the fact that PBC broke from everything being reported, PBC broke an agreement. PBC didn't have the money. If they had the money, right, they wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't have cared so much. They would have still let him fight Jamal, even with numbers tanking or whatever, bro. I understand why PBC was like, hey, man, can't beat Jamal this time. I understand that. But still, you need to understand. You need to understand that y'all came to an agreement, right? You came to an agreement. So now you trying to renege on that, bro. And people are switching it, turning it around like, see, look, he don't want to fight David. You see, look, he a bitch. Blah, 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 blah. And if we point out, yeah, but they broke an agreement. Yo, Canelo dick rider. Come on, man. Stop it with that shit, bro. Stop it. If you had an agreement and it was your money, you'd be like, yo, what? Nah, hold up. What you mean? We said this, right? We said, what's going on? Well, it didn't sell. Well, that's not my problem. I held up my end of the deal. I held up my end so far. I fought whoever you told me to fight. I didn't even want to fight the guy in the first place. I'm not saying Canelo is not in the wrong, but what I am saying is the things that people are accusing, it doesn't make any sense. How can you blame him when somebody voids an agreement? It's almost like, and then you know what makes this even crazier? In the original agreement, right? David, I'm hearing, isn't even listed as an opponent. That he's not even listed as an opponent. That's Canelo's fault, right? That's not PBC's fault. That's not. You know what they'll say to that? What you think they're going to say to that? What do you think they're going to say to that? Oh, yeah. Shadow's going to tell you. I'm really going to tell you what they're going to say to that. They knew Canelo wasn't going to fight David. So, they didn't even want to put him on there. Oh, you know what? Canelo told them not to put it on there. That's what they're going to tell you. I told you from the beginning, Canelo damned if he do, he damned if he not. He go left, he wrong. He go right, he wrong. He go up, he wrong. He go down, he wrong. And if we point out anything that is a fact, we get called dick riders. Bro, Canelo is a human being. He's done shit wrong before. I called him out on shit before. I think he should have fought David by now. I don't like the fact that he's waiting and dragging it out, but I think I know why he's doing it, though. And it ain't because he's scared of him. I just think the hypocrisy is crazy. This is why people don't like me. This is why people don't like me. Because I always am on the side. Now, listen to me closely. I have always been a person that I go to where I feel is right. I always lean on what I feel is right. That doesn't mean I'm always right. listen to that again. I always go to where I feel like what's right. But what I feel isn't right all the time. But I felt it was right at the time. Does that make sense? I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. But I'm very transparent with people. I'm very transparent with the little subscribers that I have that I'm grateful for. And if you go back to my lives, you will see that 95% of the people in the comments disagree with me. And there's been times where they changed my mind on shit. Case in point, Boots and Crawford. I've been calling for the Boots fight for how long now? And in that live, Tycho kept telling me, hey, yo, but Shadow, bro, he don't even fight on pay-per-view. And then G Funky came up in here and was like, yeah, yo, listen, it's the business. It's not good for business, right? And I'm being ignorant at the time. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. He needs to fight Boots, right? Well, then I thought about it. I thought about it overnight and I looked back at the live. I'm like, they're right. See, I can do that. It's fucking easy for me, bro. It's easy for me. The more you lie, the more you do shit, you got to remember your lies, bro. I'm not afraid to tell you that I disagree with somebody that I'm so-called cool with. Fuck, I can't. But the people in my mods disagree with me. So you think I give a fuck? You think I give a fuck that I disagree with somebody? My mods don't even agree with me. I got no problem telling you I disagree, bro. People call people Canelo dick riders, right? Because one party could not hold up the end of the contract. In a supposed contract where David Benavidez wasn't even listed as an option. Make that shit make sense. Make that make sense. When 20 content creators was going after one content creator, right? People inadvertently tried to get Shadow on their side. And I'm like, what do you need me for? Y'all already kicking the man on the ground, right? Y'all already, it's like 10 of y'all, bro. Yeah, you don't need me. So I steer my own way. Bam. Attack coming from all fucking angles. I don't give a fuck. I always go on what the side that I feel is right, bro. That's why people don't like me. That's why I'm not monetized. I don't care. You really think I'm stupid, bro? Do you think I'm stupid? You don't think that I can get monetized? Bro, if I really wanted to, let me tell you my little plan I can have, right? Where I can get monetized. Real fucking easy. If I really wanted to, starting Monday, I could just pick any narrative and stick with it. Canelo would be the perfect one. I would start, and I could tell you what already would happen. Let me tell you what would happen. Starting Monday, right? I would start making these shorts, right? Talking about Canelo, he's a fraud, this and that, right? And then my lives with every other live would just be trash of Canelo, right? And I'd be pumping up Tank, and I'd be saying, he the real face of boxing, right? And I would do that. And you know what's going to happen? The little bit of subscribers that are in my chat are going to be like, Shadow, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? That's not you. You're being a hypocrite, right? And then sooner or later, they're going to leave. But you know what's going to happen while they're leaving? Another group of people that think like the stuff that I'm saying is going to flood in. They're going to flood in. Then those channels that have more subscribers than me, that are doing these narratives, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop by over there and I'm gonna give them some super chats and I'm gonna say, yo, big up this Shadow right here. They're gonna see that and they're gonna shout me out. The next thing you know, I'm getting there. Bro, you really think I can't do that, bro? You really think I'm fucking stupid? I'm not saying I'd be in the 30 or 40 or 50,000s, but I'm telling you, bro, I just won't do it because number one, I think it's ridiculous. Number two, that's not how I feel. Do you know that the two most videos where I got the most subscribers on was when I did a live on Earl Spence and I did a live on Wilder, right? In those lives, I was actually giving respect to those guys, right? And I saw subscribers come in and I immediately said, oh, okay, like from what I'm seeing, this is what I did, right? I knew they were not going to be here long. Because the moment I criticize them and I'm like, bro, look at all these excuses while they're doing and all right. And then I'm like, Earl, come on, man, that's an excuse, bro. Talking about that's why I didn't see no jabs or whatever, right? Like I knew automatic, boom, they gone. Every time I criticize Bud Crawford, bro, I wake up and like 8 motherfuckers is gone, bro. I've been going through this for years, bro. Years. I don't care. I stand on what I think is right. You don't like me? Don't watch, bro. I don't care. I've been through this 1,000 times. I'm trying to understand how people are going to call somebody a dick rider for pointing out the facts in the situation that happened. It's not an opinion what happened to Canelo. It's not an opinion. This is only one thing happened, bro. That's being reported, right? We can only go off what everyone is reporting. And from what we're seeing, 99% of the people are reporting that PBC is having money issues and tried to renege on their contract. So now you take that information, right? And you take that information and you match it up with stuff that you're seeing. What are you seeing, right? What are you seeing? You're seeing the first pay-per-view is Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is in PBC. You see that Tank, they're trying to get Tank to fight Conor Benn. Conor Benn is in PBC. They're trying to get Canelo to fight Munguia. Munguia is in PBC. So now you're seeing actions from PBC that you've never seen before. Because the PBC that I know is the Floyd that sits up there and goes, man, listen, we ain't here to make other promoters rich. We got fighters here, right? So now we're seeing PBC do the complete opposite. And we're hearing that they got money problems. So you when you hear things going on, you look for the signs, bro. You look for the signs. If somebody says, hey, yo, your son is doing drugs, right? You don't just take their what you mean? You don't just fucking beat your son's ass and take all his belongings and lock him in the room. No. You look into it, right? You look into it. Now you start noticing his eyes a little red, right? He hanging out with the dude down the street that everybody know he shouldn't be hanging out with, right? So now you take the information and you take the actions and you put 2 and 2 together, bro. Come on, man. We grown adults here. For the people that sit here and have the nerve to say, for the people that are pointing out what happened in this situation, for y'all to call us Canelo dick riders with a narrative, you make me think you have a narrative. That's what you're making me think. Because to be honest with you, when I told you if this is what I wanted to do to build my channel, I would know at some point, right? A lot of my subscribers are here because I've been hating on Canelo. I would know. So I know if I started making videos and lives praising the man, my shit's going to go down. So let me ask y'all that are accusing me and everybody else for trying to bring up the facts. Maybe you got subscribers that you don't want to lose. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe a large chunk of your subscribers don't like Canelo. And you know that if you keep on this, whatever, the side of right or whatever you feel, right? The side of a fact, you're going to lose subscribers. Oh, but listen, you do you, I do me. But do I think he should have fought David? Yeah, he should have fought David. You don't think Al and PBC's at fault? You don't think Benavidez's camp has anything to do with the stuff that they've been doing? I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying you don't think any of these things had any effect on the decision that Canelo made? I just don't understand why people are so one-sided. Why are people always, it's got to be this or it's got to be that? Why can't you look at it and go, damn, well, they kind of both messed up. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, there's a fact that happened. I've said, Tycho, you know how I feel about the subject. This is a perfect example, by the way. It's a perfect example. Tycho strongly believes, look, and Tycho is not even just a moderator. He's the He's on, the next level. So obviously I'm going to put somebody that I rock with that's always here. Look, he's strongly against. He thinks Canelo is straight ducking. See, I'm still going to hold my side. I'm still going to hold down the side of what I believe, what I see as a fact. And he has the right to, feel the way that he wants to feel. But I will explain to you, Tycho. I do believe Canelo has been hesitant, and I've explained to you why. I don't think he's scared of him, but that doesn't matter, right? Because the point is that he didn't fight him, right? So I get you. Tycho, if you have I want to ask you, brother. Let me ask you, brother. If you have a contract, Tycho, or you had a job and your boss says to you, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do, right? You're going to work here, and after 6 months, we're going to move you to a supervisor, right? Right? And you agree to that. And at first, you're like, well, wait, what does it come with? Well, you got to be a supervisor, but you got to be a supervisor in another department, and your hours got to change. And let's say you say, damn, my hours got to change? Yeah, but you'll be making a little bit more money, though. At first, you don't even want to do it, Tycho. So you're like, you know what? I'll do it, right? I'll do it. Now you do it, right? And you start working them 6 months. And let's say as those 6 months are going on, the company starts losing money, or for whatever reason, whatever they planned or whatever, or something's going, they're not, you know what I mean? Now they come up to you right when the 6 months is about to happen. You're waiting for you to be transferred. You waiting to go over there. And I say to you, you know what, Tycho, I need you to go over here now. Come on, Tycho. Keep it a beam, bro. Would you be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah. No. Most human beings are going to be like, no, bro, we agreed on this. That's not my problem. I held up my end of the deal. It wouldn't even be even worse, Tycho, also, if they would have included David in the original, like, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I stand firm on what I believe until I see otherwise. I'm a very open-minded person. However, I stand on what I feel is right. And what I feel is right is that when you make an agreement, you honor that agreement. You honor that agreement. Just like I felt it was right when everybody was getting on certain content creators, and I felt like they were trying to get me to do it. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like that's right. I stand on the side of what I feel is right. You want to call me a dick rider? Go ahead. Go ahead. Tycho, hold on. Let me catch up to you because maybe you did answer me. Hold on. Tycho, I understand. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about what clearly happened with this, why he left. Tycho, you funny as fuck, man. I fuck with Tycho, though. Tycho, I'm talking about now, though, bro. I'm talking about now. I get it. Right? When he fought Yildirim, right? When he fought Yildirim yesterday, you said, oh, he could have fought David, right? You're right. I'm agreeing with you, right? He could have fought David before, right? You're right. I'm agreeing with you, brother. I'm agreeing with you. I am talking about the current situation that has to do with a contract and an agreement between two people. And one person fulfills his end, and at the second, when he's about to have a second fight, they do nah, we can't do this, bro. In my opinion, I feel like the person that voided the agreement is wrong, Tycho. It has nothing to do with the past. That's what I'm standing on. I'm not making my decision, and I think this is where we're confused. I'm not making my decision on how I feel about this. I am not making my decision in how I feel about this situation based on what happened in the past. That's like me saying, I bring up the fact that David lost the belt twice, right? On the scale. See, weight and cocaine, right? I bring that up all the time, but I don't bring it up to kind of like harp on the kid, right? I don't. But I bring it up to show people that the fact of the matter is we pay for our mistakes as human beings. Just because you commit a crime or do something or a mistake and you pay for it and you do your time, that mistake doesn't go away. It stays with you. The fact of the matter is if David would have never lost that belt twice, he would have been one of the champions at 168 that Canelo had to go through. You can't ignore that. Doesn't mean that you condemn him for that. But you can't forget that either. The decision and how I'm feeling about this current Canelo situation and the contract situation, I'm not basing it based off what I feel like what should have happened already. I'm basing it off an agreement that people had. This is where I am confused. This is where I am confused. I understand. Listen, I understand what's happened in the past and we want to see the fight. I don't understand how somebody gets called a dick rider for pointing out the fact of what happened in an agreement. And one side reneged. And if you should put yourself in that person's shoes. When you're in a business, business is not lovey-dovey, bro. It's not, especially boxing. Boxing is a dirty business to begin with. There's going to be people that say, well, come on, Canelo already made millions, bro. He don't, you know, he's already set. That's true. That's true. That doesn't mean that it makes anything right, bro. Doesn't make it more less or more right or more wrong. You don't know, Tycho. That's your opinion, Tycho. That's your opinion, brother. See, I already know. I already know. He wouldn't have signed the contract, right? If they would have had David on the original agreement. Right. So now we're all right. That's the spec. Okay, listen, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. There's no proof that would have happened, though. And still, Tycho, let me ask you, brother. Let me ask you. You don't put no blame on PBC, bro. Come on, man. You don't put no blame on PBC. Like, hey, yo, how about they let their nuts hang and on the first time when they're doing the first initial agreement, they say, hey, bro, don't even come over here. Don't even come over here unless you're fighting David. Why not? What's going on? Why didn't they do that? Why did they do that? This is why PBC, and this is why I'm starting to believe that this is what's happening to them, because somebody put it in my chat yesterday, and I'm starting to believe it. I think it was Modern King Boxing. PBC fucks over people in business, and when you keep doing that after a while. So now basically, if you knew that you wanted him to fight David, you should have been upfront with that. You don't get the man in, right, by offering him something else, right, and then try to trap him into a contract with something he didn't agree in, and then when something doesn't go right, you try to switch the opponents and then throw David in there, bro, regardless of David, whether he was a mandatory or not, or whether he's saying he's chasing him or whatever. And then on top of that, you look at the Benavidez camp, and they're over here getting caught in little ass lies that make no damn sense. Why are you lying about that? And if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about? And how the hell are you gonna pay 55 mil when they don't even want to pay him 35 mil to fight Jamal? I just can't ignore all that, Tycho. I can't. Was it an agreement or a contract? Tycho, what have I been saying the past couple of months in regards to Canelo? You should know, brother, you're here all the time. I said that there was a 3-fight deal. And that if he didn't fight David in September, within that contract, I'm going to call him a duck. I've been very clear on that. I've been very clear on me criticizing Canelo before. And per example, with the whole Caleb Plant thing, where the negotiations broke apart and they tried to say they were going to go fight Bivol, but at a catch weight. And I made a live saying, bro, how are you going to do a catch weight for that man's belt? I got on him then. I'm not saying he's not wrong, Tycho, but I don't you keep saying, Shadow, why can't you see you're defending this, Tycho? Why can't you answer the question about they broke the fucking, what, they didn't do nothing wrong, Tycho. Come on, man. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Yeah. Maybe I'm seeing, hey, maybe I'm seeing it different, bro. All I know is that this was supposed to happen, and then at the last moment, they try to throw a monkey wrench in there. And the guy said, no, fuck that. I don't care if he was fighting a dude in the back of a car wash. And I'm not basing my decision, Tycho. I'm telling you, I'm not basing my decision on the past, brother. I am basing it off the current situation. I'm not going, oh, well, you know, he has been avoiding David and this and that. No, I'm not. I am basing this off of just this certain situation. What made him leave? And if David knew that their smear campaign and everything that they were doing, right, was making it worse, why would you keep doing it? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree with the fact that Canelo gets mad and he delays it even more. I am not saying that. I am posing these questions to the other side. And it seems like every time somebody does that, they get called a Canelo dick rider. I'm telling you, the man is Canelo's been at fault, and I have criticized him. But I'm not going to criticize for somebody in a situation where I think the other party is wrong. I'm not going to do that, bruh. Right. Exactly. So at that time, Tycho, did I know his name wasn't on the contract? Matter of fact, we still don't even positively know whose names was on any contract. I'm still waiting for G Funky to hop on here because he said there's a difference between an agreement and a contract. Either way, I'm going to tell you one thing. If I agree on something, I'm not agreeing on it because I'm expecting it to be broken. That's for damn sure. I'm not going to say, hey, I agree to meet you on Friday, and I'm agreeing with you, expecting to not go on Friday. I don't live my life like that. Hawker, there you go, bro. That's the guy I wanted to wrench up. I'm glad you're here, bro. I wanted to apologize for yesterday. I saw the live and you were saying what's up to me, bro. And, you know, I was going to wrench you up because you're always here, bro. I support you, man. Thank you. Hold up. Hawker, you already? Oh, wait. You already got a wrench. What am I talking about? Damn, I'm bugging over here. So you admit they were playing that? That's all I'm asking, bro. I just listen. I've said it numerous times. I think Canelo should have fought David. Okay, I don't agree with. I don't agree. Period. With this whole A side shit and all these let me let my nuts hang and I go here, I go there, and meanwhile you're like messing with the fight itself. I don't agree with that at all. That's just the state of what it is. It's just part of the business, bro. I hate the whole A side, B side. I'm just trying to see two people fight. But nonetheless, I can't ignore it. It's there. It's there. And I'm telling you, Tycho, I'm not saying Canelo is innocent, bro. I'm just telling you that if you void a contract or an agreement, bro, I feel like that person's to blame. That is my main point. And I don't base that off of what has happened in the past, is what I'm trying to say. It's not like a judge. It's not like you get caught doing a crime, right? And the judge is about to sentence you. And before they sentence you, they go, well, let me see what Shadow has done in the past 5 years. That's different. Then you could be like, okay, yeah. But no, this is a current situation based on a contract. The past got nothing to do with that. The past, the only thing that I'm looking at is who tried to do what. And I think it's dirty as hell. It's dirty as hell. That because you think you're not going to make any money, now you're going to change shit up. Now, people could say that's just the nature of the business. That doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. If you got 100 workers and you lay off 75, right, unexpectedly, and you say that's just the nature, that doesn't make it right. It had to be done. Doesn't make it right. Oh, yeah. Listen, man. I know when I'm gonna do a controversial live. I already know what I'm gonna get on this anyway. Anytime I even this subject and the Bud Crawford is like it gets people so weird. I don't understand. I mean, I enjoy talking boxing, bro, but some subjects I feel like people get so like if I'm standing my ground on it. I feel like that should be respected, bro. If I flip flopped every day, right? How would y'all like that? How would y'all like if Monday I say one thing, Tuesday I come on I say another, Wednesday I come on I say another thing? Well, I don't want. Nah, I'm not trying to do that, bro. I'm not. I don't even feel comfortable doing that. There goes a link. I'm curious to hear what some people got to say. However, I can't be dragging the live out 3 hours, man. I've already gone over the time. I say this happens every time. This happens every time. I say I'm going to do a 40-minute live. Look, it's already an hour and 10 minutes. Every time. But hey, Tycho, you know why I fuck with you though, because you're standing your ground. You see what I'm saying? You're standing your ground. That's how you feel about Canelo. That's how you feel. You know what I mean? I'd rather have 10 people in my chat that I know and it's talking logical and than fucking 100 people that's just on some bullshit, bro. That's just me. And this whole PBC thing, by the way. What's going on, brother? Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. I'm glad you're here, bro.
All right, let's hey, it's up to you, man. I don't know how much time you have, but
no, just go ahead. Just start off. Just say what you want to say.
No, I'm just gonna ask you if you want to. I can open up the phone lines, man. We could take some calls from some people in the chat. If that's up to you, though, man.
How do you do? How you gonna do it out on your end?
Well, I'll just give you the number here. I'll put it here in the private chat. Hold on,
Okay.
give me a second.
Yeah,
and
we can
then
do that.
just make a banner. Put it on the
Okay.
screen, and then people will call. I'll take the call, man, and
No
we'll
problem.
be able to hear them.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do
yeah,
that.
Give me 1 second. I'm going on mute. Okay.
Yeah. Take your time. I feel you, Tycho. I feel you. And Tycho, no matter what, bro, you're always my guy, bro. Hey, listen, OG don't agree with me on shit half the time. I'm okay with that. As long as, like, you know, you ain't just doing it just to fucking do it all the time. Like, you know, but that is technically what OG does, but still, you know what I mean. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see.
All right, we should be good to go. Just
yeah, I got you. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, we can get Tycho to call. He's
right.
so you guys can talk.
Hey, listen, man. Tycho, OG, Hawker, you. There's a certain people that's always rocked with me for like the past, I would say, a while, bro. A while.
Yeah, man. It's always easier to call in and talk that way than through the chat. You know.
Should I put the topic or like Canelo, or it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, just put it up there. Just put the number, but call in and
call in. Your thoughts on.
Yeah, they call and answer it. Everyone will be able to hear it.
Okay, hold on. Your thoughts. Your thoughts on Canelo situation.
Now, I'll say this real quickly while you're typing there. What I mean,
sure.
What I mean when I say agreements can be broken, what I mean is like, for example, right? If you hire like a lawn service, right?
Right.
And say, hey, yeah, I got weeds growing in my lawn, man, and I don't know how to take care of them. Can you guys do it? They might actually give you an agreement to say, we'll come out, you know, certain times of the year, every couple months or so, and we'll spray herbicide, we'll maybe put some fertilizer, blah, blah, blah. But because this is an agreement, you know, anytime you can cancel and say, hey, I'm good. I don't need your services no more. That's what I mean by an agreement can be broken. Contracts are different. You sign a contract, most of the time that shit is gonna have to be done, and if not, we've seen fighters.
Right. What the Tyson Fury Wilder 3, Fury
Yeah.
tried to get out of that fight, was taken to court.
Well, just look at Mikey Garcia. Remember all those years he sat on the shelf? He was trying to
Yeah.
get out of his top ranked contract. Andre Ward was trying to get out of his contract too. I forgot the promoter he was with, but those guys don't have the type of money Canelo does, right? See, when dealing with someone that's got money like Canelo, he could be like, "Hey, you know what? Here's 5 million, 10 million, whatever. Get me out of this fucking contract, right? I want to go fight with someone else." Those guys don't have the luxury of that. I'm not saying that's what Canelo did in this case, but he could actually afford to do that. So I think what's happening here is, I think it's pretty obvious that they had a contract with Canelo. Whatever was in that thing, who knows at this point? We know that both sides are saying something different. Canelo side and PBC side, we saw Dan Rafael, who, in my opinion, is favorable towards PBC quite often. So when he says what he said the other day, I believe he said it was they said that they had the guarantee for Charlo in May, the 35,
Right.
but they would only pay that if he fought Benavidez next in September, and he did not agree to that. So they mutually parted ways.
But then again, they're saying Benavidez wasn't even offered in the original thing.
Yeah, I don't know who said that. I'm just telling you what Dan Rafael said.
Oh, I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I can find out right now.
And that might be the case too. I heard too from somebody, I forgot who it was, that Earl Spence was originally a part of that.
Yeah, that
deal.
was the Earl Spence, if I recall. Wasn't that not this deal? Wasn't that the prior one when he was fighting Caleb Plant? Remember when he had that short stint deal? When he
it was just a one fight thing. Yeah,
I believe they were talking about Spence at that time. That's prior to him losing to Crawford.
Yeah, guys, call in, man. Don't be shy. All right, you could call in and talk with us, man. If not, I know Shadow put the link there, but yeah, chime in on the topic, man. It's like it's disappointing, man. That
tell you know,
fight,
hey,
man.
listen, who do you think is in the wrong? Just be honest. I mean, who do you think is in the wrong?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like until more information comes out, I don't know. Because see, right now, all we're getting is like mouthpieces from both sides, you know? So it's kind of hard, hard to believe.
Here it goes is where I go back to, though. Where there's smoke, where there's fire. If you said it yourself, PBC was having money problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does the signs point to it having money problems?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
And,
so if I say to you right now, G Funky, yeah, but we haven't heard anything definitely that PBC's having money problems. Come on, you see what I'm saying? It's like you don't necessarily need that confirmation. You could see it.
Yeah, and I think that's why they try to say, okay, look, Canelo, we're trying to give you what you want with Charlo, right? Because that was a part of the original deal. So
right,
we'll pay you your guarantee of 35 million to fight him. But because they know, and I think we all kind of know, that fight is going to do fucking horrible numbers. Not only because of Charlo's inactivity, but because his brother put up such a bad fight against Canelo late last year.
And that's great. That's crazy, though. It's like he's getting punished because he beat somebody easy. I mean, that's fucking nuts to me, man.
Well, yeah, but here's the problem is casuals, man. They're the ones that are going to say, well, he's fighting Charlo again? I'm not watching that shit. That guy didn't even try to fight. You know
what's crazy about that? You know what's crazy about that is you had Jamal himself after the Jose fight in the back of the locker room or the post press conference or whatever said himself, that was supposed to be me, but I wasn't ready. I mean, people were still like, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, dude. So I think what they were trying to do, and again, this relates back to your question about them having financial troubles, is that, okay, we'll work with you. We'll give you Charlo that like you wanted for 35 million, but we know that Benavidez fight is going to make us good money. So we can make it up. We can make it up with that fight on your last fight of this deal. I think that's what they were thinking there. And again, because they have the money
Here it
issues, yeah,
goes
we got to
right
make it
here.
up.
This is where I found one right here just to show you. So in this situation, I'm gonna say I disagree with Canelo as far as saying he doesn't want to fight David, but I still understand what he's saying. Listen to all right here. Let me see. Michael Benson. Al Haib and PBC were reportedly willing to pay Canelo Alvarez his guaranteed purse for the Jamal Charlo fight in May, but only if he agreed to fight Benavidez in September. It's claimed that Canelo's 3-fight deal for PBC was initially set out guaranteed purses for various potential opponents, but Benavidez was never one of these.
Yeah. That's according
So
to Dan
that
Rayfield.
is not so here it goes. I think people are missing my point, bro. Right? If you sign a contract, right? And you sign a contract and there's 3 fighters on there, right? Let's say the fighters were OG Blaze, Hawker, Mustang, and Tycho TV, right? I sign it, right?
Mhm.
And I fight Hawker, and I'm getting ready to fight Tycho, and you come in and say, nah, you gotta fight you gotta fight Larry. Be like, Larry, who fuck? Larry wasn't even listed. I know he wasn't listed. Do y'all see the issue what I have? I feel like that's dirty, and yeah, people are gonna say, well, that's the business. Okay, well, if it's business, if it's dirty, and that's how business goes, then Canelo got the right to say, fuck you, sayonara, I'm out of here. That's how I look at it. Since if people want to look at it like, look, that's just how it is, man. You know, he changed it. He's okay, fine. Then Canelo could say, hey, I changed my mind. I'm out. What's the problem?
No, that's exactly what he did.
If you that's what I don't understand. Like if bro, stick like I don't know. I'm a straightforward individual when it comes to certain things. You know what I mean? I am a type of person that if you lie to me and I catch you in a lie, I'm gonna ask you, yo, G Funky, why did you lie to me, bro? Especially this is little. And you say, I don't know. I'm gonna think in my mind, what else has he lied to me about? And now I'm gonna always question you, bro. It's just how I am. I'm not saying I've never lied. But as I've gotten older, I just conduct myself in a certain way. If I can't help you, I'm gonna say I can't help you, bro. I'm not gonna say yeah and then go back on the last minute. That's something that's not me. I never been like that, never will. If I can't agree to something, or if I think I might break down, of course, life happens. An emergency can happen or something. But for the most part, I don't do that, bro. I'm loyal.
No, that's completely understandable, man.
And I feel like if I do a contract with somebody, right, and you give me a contract and you say, yo, listen, look, the original list on here, you're gonna be fighting Tycho, G Funky, and Hawker. Right? Larry's name isn't even on the contract, bro. Right? And I agree to it. I go ahead, I fight Tycho. I'm about to fight Hawker, I guess. And then you say, nah, okay, you know what? I'll pay you to fight Hawker, who was already on the contract, but you got to fight Larry after.
It's a weird circumstance how everything happens.
Does that even sound right to you? Like, bro, if that's the case, right? Another thing is weird to me. What do you think about the Benavidez camp not being transparent? Like, come on, like for instance, this is what I mean by lying too, because I'm trying to look at everything. I'm looking at everything. I'm agreeing that I think Canelo should have fought David, and I've said it so many times. He has been avoiding him, but just not for the reasons that people think. Nonetheless, he's been avoiding him. That's the main point. Okay. But I look at everything. And another thing I do is I look at what a person has done in the sport. David has earned the right to fight Canelo at this point. 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said that. 2 years ago, I would have told you, hey, the kid lost the belt twice. You know, his best fight was Durrell. You know, since then, he's fought Caleb. He's fought Boo Boo. I never thought Boo Boo was on that, but nonetheless, people did. And he did what he did. I think he deserves to fight Canelo. I also believe that if you have a contract and you honor the contract, that's just kind of crazy how they go, we're going to give you the 35 mil to fight Charlo, who was already, you're supposed to be fighting Charlo anyway, right? But only if you fight David, and David wasn't on there. I just don't. And for anybody that goes, but they could do whatever they want. It's business. How then Canelo got the right to say sayonara, bro. That's how I look at it. Like it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander, my boy.
I hear you, man, and I agree with a lot of what you said. But here's an issue, right? With what happened with having, set opponent A, B, and C through this 3-fight deal.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, this is from my understanding, from what I heard behind the scenes, from a source close to the situation, was that, and you know this as well, I've heard you say this multiple times, that he was supposed to fight Jamal last September. Jamal was physically and mentally not capable, so his brother steps in for him, right?
Right.
So,
and Jamal admitted that.
Yeah. And so what happens is now, okay, they changed the opponent for the first fight. They give him Mel instead of Maul. He beats him easily.
Mm-hmm.
Second fight is supposed to be Maul. And then I believe the third fight was supposed to be Earl Spence at a catchweight. Now, nobody anticipated, at least nobody that I spoke to anticipated Terrence Crawford beating the piss out of Earl Spence the way that he did. Fight wasn't even competitive. So that goes out the window there. So if we're going to honor...
then you got to look at the fact that he beat Jamel very easily, right? And then now you have the twin, right? And this is the less accomplished twin.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's the twin. I've always thought that was the better one, but that's for a different story. As far as boxing goes, I feel like he's got more tools, but you throw in the fact with the mental and everything like that and the drinking. Look, I understand why PBC would want to do that. That doesn't make what they did right. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying, like just because look, perfect. This is perfect. If you're homeless and you're hungry, right? And you go into Walmart and you steal something to eat, I understand why you did that, bro. I do. Nonetheless, it was wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me
ask you. I know why you did it. You were starving, bro. But you still stole from me.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Like, because people over here like, well, see, I understand why PBC did that though. Okay, you do understand that that's not right. So still, right? And that just as much as you feel they can do that, he has the right to go, hey, hold up, I'm about my business, bro. No, that's not what we agreed to.
And I want to say
and
this.
You obviously know that Canelo don't give two fucks about what people think about him with this David thing. I really think he don't want to give David a payday, bro.
It's possible. I'll say this for the record.
I don't think that's right, by the way. I personally don't think that's right. I think he should fight the kid.
Me too. And for the record, I don't care who Canelo fights. Anyone he fights, I'm going to watch. I'm going to pay the pay-per-view. I'm going to watch it. But I'll say this. If we're going to be, with what the contract said, and it was fighter A, B, and C in this order, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I believe from my understanding, it was supposed to be Earl Spence. It was supposed to be that last fight. Did you still want to see him go through with that because that's what the contract said, or would you be okay with them switching it? Because I don't think anybody on this, me or you or in the chat, would want to see him fight Earl Spence at this point. That would be fucking horrible.
Yeah, it would. I'm not gonna lie there. But I would you know what I would honestly say? I would honestly say no. I don't want to see him fight Spence. I want to see him fight David. But but if you still told me, a shadow, but David wasn't on the contract and this is what they agreed, I would still tell you that that's wrong. That's the wrong thing to do. that I might not want it. I don't like it, but that's what it is.
And that's why it's kind of a weird circumstance.
It is a weird circumstance.
To list opponents,
It's a weird circumstance, but I've always stood on what I feel is right, and this is what I feel is right. That doesn't change the fact that do I think that he's avoiding David or anything like that? Yeah, I do. Not for the reasons. It doesn't matter. The specific reasons doesn't really matter. The end result is that's what's going on. But still, I'm looking at this current situation, bro. If what they're saying is true, I don't feel he's at fault. I don't. And just as much as they could change whatever they want or whatever, he's got the right to walk away. If that wasn't what they originally agreed to, I don't blame him. I really don't. Now, yeah, am I upset? I'm not going to see him versus David or whatever. Yeah, of course. All I'm saying is, bro, like, I think people, if you had a contract with somebody, bro, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm looking at it differently. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, man. A lot of this shit is weird. Like I said, I don't think anybody would be upset if they said, "Hey, we're gonna switch out Spence for Benavidez," right? And that's what I think they were doing there. Also, trying to make up their end for having financial issues. We give this guy $35 million guaranteed for a fight that we think is probably going to bomb in the pay-per-view sales and at the gate. We're going to have to make it up with a good opponent in the fall, and that would be David Benavidez. So I understand what the PBC was trying to do completely. Now, if Canelo wanted to be a stickler and hold them to the contract and their word, that's his decision, and he has the right to do that.
And that's what like, look, Tycho says he was supposed to fight Big Charlo, no problem. But when they mention David, he leaves. Come on. I agree as far as like they mentioned David and he says no, but you don't think it's wrong that that's not what they originally agreed to? Like I think it's like when I say that, it's like people, they just ignore what I'm saying right there. It's like they just skip it. It's like going back to the thing, like you're hungry, you steal, right? And I say, I understand why you stole, but you still stole from me, right? And people go, but the kid was hungry. And I'm like, okay, I get it. He was hungry, but he broke the law. Like they just ignore that, right? They just like, you don't understand why I'm a little bit like he still stole from me. Like no, but they just ignore that. They look at, he was hungry. He's hungry. I look at everything. Yeah, I don't like the fact he's not fighting David, but I'm also looking at the fact that from what I'm reading and everything, this was agreed to, and they tried to change that. And I don't think that's right under any circumstance.
Hey, did you hear what Eddie Hearn said today on IFL? It was also quoted on Twitter.
What did he say?
He said he had a conversation with Samson about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I talked about that yesterday.
I have the audio here. You want me to play the audio so everybody can hear it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So here, this is Eddie Hearn, guys, and this is from, again, we got to give credit where it's due.
Yeah, give credit.
It's from IFL TV, where they asked him about his conversation with Samson Lukowicz. Here we go.
For the fight, and I like Samson a lot, and Samson says, "Oh, we'll fight him for free." We'll, all this kind of general stuff. I said, "Look, if Canelo works with us, we'll make the fight with Benavidez." And he went, "Yes, no problem. Just give us the US TV on Amazon." I'm like, "What? No, mate. If Canelo comes with us on DAZN, and DAZN are putting up the money for Munguia and Belanga and all these people, DAZN are going to put up the money for Benavidez." What? Mate, you're a challenger. Do you want to fight the king? Or you just only if it works with your promoter?
So he's saying that
Samson
wanted they wanted the TV rights.
I guarantee you 90% of the people will say, look, it doesn't matter. He turning David down, right? They will ignore all that other shit, bro. And I did go over that yesterday. I didn't get the audio, but I did have the interview. He actually talks, he goes into more on that, G Funky, by the way. There was an article where he said, look, I'm willing to work with David Benavidez today if Canelo comes over here, right? And he's like, but they've already made it clear to us, right, that he's only fighting on their platform. And he said, but wait a second, we're going to be putting up that dough. We putting up the bread, right? And he's like, they're making it clear, right? And I guarantee you, if that was to happen, they would still. Canelo's in a damned if he do, damned if he don't, no matter what, bro. I'm telling you, G Funk, he's damned if he do, he damned if he don't. Because I mean, look at that right there. Samson just said, play that again, bro. Play that again. I got to hear that again. I got to hear that again.
1 second.
For the fight, and I like Samson a lot, and Samson says, "Oh, we'll fight him for free." We'll, all this kind of general stuff. I said, "Look, if Canelo works with us, we'll make the fight with Benavidez." And he went, "Yes, no problem. Just give us the US TV on Amazon." I'm like, "What? No, mate. If Canelo comes with us on DAZN and DAZN are putting up the money for Munguia and Belanga and all these people, DAZN are going to put up the money for Benavidez. What? Mate, you're a challenger. Do you want to fight the king? Or you just only if it works with your promoter?
It's almost like, yeah, we'll give you money for Charlo. Yeah, we'll give you money. And then when Charlo comes up, no, wait, but we'll give it to you, but you got to do this. They
want to fight on Amazon. That's what he's saying.
But remember, he said, "Are you willing to do whatever you can to get the fight?" Yeah. We'll do whatever. And then he says,
they can do now. Here's what I'll say. Now again, this is just
both.
This is just Eddie Hearn's side, right, of the story. So again, we can't take it for full 100% truth. That's what happened on the conversation. I think this would be a more logical way for Samson to go about this, is to say, hey, look, let's do a split with the TV rights, kind of like how they did with Ryan and Tank.
Wait a second. Wait. Before you go, I have to ask you though. When you say Samson, because I'm a little bit, I need to draw the line here. PBC said they were going to give him 35, but then Samson said he was going to give him 55. So you're saying, is Samson paying or is PBC paying?
That's coming from PBC. Whoever they're getting the money from, that's where it's coming from when he says the 55. He told me personally that he goes, I don't got that kind of money to pay Canelo. It's the network that does. And this is when they were still with Showtime, PBC.
Right.
So wherever that 55 is coming from for the fight, if that's allegedly, right, that's where he said it'd be coming from PBC side. So if DAZN is going to put up the money for this fight with Benavidez and Canelo in September, again, I think the more reasonable thing would say, hey, look, let's do a co-telecast, right? Just like they did with Tank and Ryan. You could give the fans the option to order it through DAZN or order it through Amazon Prime. And then you take whatever comes your way. You know, may the best promoter win that battle, right? Because there's no guarantee people are going to order through Amazon.
It doesn't. Listen, when it comes to promoters, bro, at the end of the day, they're all shady to me.
Of course,
they're all shady to me. They're all Eddie Hearn is shady to me. Al Heyman is definitely, he's not a promoter. I guess he's like a business handler. He's shady to me. Bob Arum is probably the most straightforward guy, but he's shady too. Oscar De La Hoya, definitely shady to me. I understand like the whole promoters will tell you what they want to hear, you know, but you don't tell somebody what you want to hear and then put it on an agreement or whatever, you know, or contract, and then change it. I don't blame the other guy for walking away. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to sit there and I think you made the comment yesterday, promoters are like used car salesmen.
They're all used car salesmen.
Right. Okay, well, you want to be a used car salesman, right? And you want to sell me a car, right? And under your contract, right, it says if the car breaks down under 30 days, right, I get a refund or a return. And you know the car is not working or whatever, but you're a used car salesman. You're just trying to get that little, you know, commission or whatever, right? Right? Fine. You want to do that? But don't blame me. Don't blame me when the shit doesn't. You're not honoring what you said.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's that simple. It doesn't. I don't see. I'm not basing my decision off the past. I'm not basing it off of like, do I think he should fight David or not? I'm basing it off of, was there a contract where people said this and did they try to change it? If they did, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's the person who did that. I think a lot of these people that are calling, but whatever they're saying to Canelo, I don't understand why they don't have any certain ill will towards the people that are fucking everything up.
Yeah, and to go,
you know,
back
like the people that are supposed to make this fight happen on their side,
like Samson and Eddie Hearn, who again, if Canelo does, he still hasn't signed the deal yet with Match. From what I'm hearing, they're saying they're still having issues with that because he wants to fight Edgar Berlanga first, and they
I don't want that. No, see that I disagree with. Look, I will make it clear right now. I do not agree with that fight, and that I've been fully 100. Tycho will tell you, Berlanga, no.
Yeah, I've seen
No,
a report to that he wants that fight first in the 2-fight deal.
no,
So
I don't
we're
agree
kind
with
of
that.
doing this thing again, even with Matchroom. I want this
I
guy
don't
and this
agree with
guy
that.
in this order.
But I will tell you
Um,
this. I will tell you this though. I will tell you this. As much as I don't want that to see that fight, and because I don't think Edgar has earned it, nor do I think Edgar is even on his level or whatever, right? Number one, I'm a boxing fan. I'm going to watch it. That's number one. Number two, as much as I am against it, if Matchroom was to agree to that and have it in a contract and then decide to change it at the last moment and Canelo walked away, I would still say it was wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? As much as I, or how about this? How about this? If they agree to fight Berlanga, as much as I'm highly against it, if Canelo at the last second broke his end of the deal, I would still say it was wrong. I may be like, yeah, good. It's a fight. Really, I wasn't really too much interested. I would still say it was wrong, bro. Because I feel like I'm always gonna stand on what I feel is right, bro.
yeah, that's commendable, man.
And I
Um,
don't want to see that fight. I'm highly against him picking Berlanga, bro. I don't want to
uh,
see that.
yeah.
But if they agree to it and somebody breaks their end, that's the person at fault.
Yeah. So like let's kind of go back to what Eddie was saying, right? About how how the conversation kind of broke down when he said, we want the TV rights and we want it on Amazon Prime. Like, first off, that's not gonna happen. So I don't know. And again, I don't know if that's true or not, but we're just gonna go off what Eddie said. So
Hold
making
on,
this fight,
I'm sorry, hold
right?
on. Let me answer my boy Pounds here. Pounds.
Oh
I
shit. I just seen that.
Pounds. I disagree, my guy. If you fully believe that Berlanga, if I had to pick between Berlanga and David, Pounds, I'm picking David, bro. Never in a million years would I even, if it was David or Berlanga, Canelo, right? And he's Puerto Rican. I never in a million years would I pick Edgar over David. I want to see David. And Canelo. Make no mistake, bro. I want people watching to make no mistake. I want to see Canelo versus David. I'm not saying I don't want to see the fight. I've been calling for it.
Yeah, and look, I see OG Blazer says Berlanga would be a big fight no matter what anyone says. No, you're right. All three of these fights, right, that we could see potentially here, whether it's Munguia, Berlanga, Benavidez. Those are three big fights because you got the biggest star in boxing attached to them, right? But then you got the Mexican connection with him and Munguia, right? Guadalajara versus Tijuana, right? Big fight in
Right.
Mexico, big fight amongst the fans here in the U.S. Same thing with Benavidez, right? He's Mexican American. That's already a rivalry that's built in between the Mexican Americans and the Mexicans from Mexico. And then you got Berlanga, who's got the Puerto Rican fan behind him. He's starting to become a bit of a celebrity, man. He's got Fat Joe hanging with him and stuff like that. So, and the rivalry is built in too. So
right.
it's a big
And
fight
I know
too.
just because, I know, and like I played yesterday when Berlanga was when he went down there at Trinidad, kind of gave him his blessing and stuff, bro. I don't think Berlanga's ready, bro. That's it. I don't
That's
think
a
he's ready.
different question.
If he wants
Yeah.
to do it, let him do it. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna watch a boxing fight. I'm not gonna not watch a boxing fight, bro.
We
if it
gonna
came
watch
down
the
to-
fight, man.
I'm gonna watch it, bro. But if it came down to Edgar and David, that's a no-brainer, bro. That's
Yeah,
just a no-brainer for me. And no, I don't want to see Canelo fight Edgar Berlanga. So here I am. I'm telling y'all how I feel, and it's straight up. I still go back. I still feel like if you violate a contract, you're in the wrong. The guy has a right to walk away. It doesn't mean I'm happy with the result. I'm keeping it a buck. On the other side, I don't want him to pick Berlanga first. And nor do I think Berlanga, I want to see him fight David. That doesn't mean just because I want to see him fight David does not mean that it's okay for somebody to fucking renege.
Let me ask you this question. I want to ask everyone in the chat too to answer if they want to. Going back to Hearn's conversation where he said that Samson wants the TV rights, right? That's not happening, obviously.
Explain to the people so they know. So for some people, what do you mean by the TV rights?
When you buy the rights to an event, that means that you can broadcast it. You're the one that's going to be broadcasting the event. That's what that basically means. And then it also means that in the future, right, if it's on Amazon Prime, it's going to go in their archive, right? Now, if here's situations where promoters sometimes buy the rights. This used to be a thing back in the day. This is why Top Ranks, they're so valuable because they own all the rights to all their fights. So if someone was to buy Top Rank from Bob Arum, they inherit all those old fights that he promoted from the 60s all the way till to now. That's why it makes them so valuable, because they own those rights. They can show them anywhere they want. And if they want to put them on Hulu, they can put them on Hulu. Wherever they want to go with those fights,
Hey,
that's where they do it.
You know
So
what?
that's what the rights mean.
I'm actually, and I want you to stay on for this, G Funky. I'm gonna stick with this comment right here with Tycho. Tycho, I wanna do something, Tycho. I know you're still there, right? You said right here, no more $50 million cherry picks. So I want to do something real quick.
In Pounds, I'll explain why Samson actually can try to negotiate some kind of rights to the fight. I'll explain that in a minute.
Okay, right here. Okay. Psycho. Which one of these are the cherry picks here?
I could tell you right now, I'll probably say Yildirim, Ryder.
Right. Now, mind you, and this is very important. Every fighter in the history, even one of my favorites of all time, Tito Trinidad, who didn't duck any smoke, had what they supposedly call tune-ups. All right. So keep that in mind. Point to me to one fighter. Point to me to that one fighter that fought champion after champion after champion after champion after champion after champion every damn fight. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It doesn't happen. So I want to go to, he says, no more cherry picks. So I'm just trying to see where his mind is at, because we have Jermell, which we already know he wasn't even supposed to fight. Jermell was supposed to be his brother, but nonetheless, we got the writer here. Okay, he came off surgery there. We got the GGG, which I did not want to see. I did not want to see that. We got Bivol. We got Plant. We got Billy Joe. We got Yildirim, which a lot of people have a problem with. We got Callum Smith. We got Sergey Kovalev. We got Daniel Jacobs. I mean, then you have Rocky Fielding, and then Triple G again. So you look at these names, and what's so crazy is when you criticize Canelo, and it's like, bro, who the fuck else in boxing has something like that on their fucking resume? And as much as I don't like it, so basically these guys are cherry picks now. These guys, now, you know, Daniel Jacobs and Sergey Kovalev, mind you, he was a champion. They're gonna say he was the weaker of the champion. Notice how he's so good, he's cherry picking champions, right? So Kovalev is a Callum Smith was undefeated in his prime. Okay, Yildirim, okay, if you want to say that, fine. Billy Joe was undefeated in his prime. Caleb Plant was undefeated in his prime. He undefeated in his prime. Bivol, he lost to Bivol. He fought Triple G, even though at that age was still considered a good fighter. Okay, John Ryder, he came off after surgery. Jamel Charlo, even though he's 2 weight classes down, he's the undisputed champion at 154. So these are cherry picks, and this is why I feel like Canelo is always in a damned if he does, a damned if he don't.
Yeah, because he carries the name. He carries that big name. He carries a big fan base.
It's almost like because, and it is heavy. What is it? The heavy that wears the crown.
Heavy the head that wears the crown. Yeah.
Heavy the head that wears the crown. And it's like, you know, they want to. It's kind of crazy though how you know they want him to fight Crawford. They want him to fight fucking David. They want him to go up and fight Better Beeve. You know, it's just I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, it is what it is. I do want to see him fight David. Okay.
So I want to explain what I meant to Pounds when I said about Samson.
Yes, they were Tycho. I'm sorry. Yeah, they were Ryder and Yildirim.
I understand where Samson's coming from, right? Where he's trying to negotiate some TV rights to the fight. And this is why I think it would have been better if he said, now again, this is all allegedly, because this is just Eddie Hearn's side of the story, but try to do a multi broadcast, because here's why he can try to do that, right? We all understand, everyone, me and you, Shadow, and everyone in the chat, we all understand that Benavidez fight it's a big fight.
Yeah.
I think we could all kind of smell it's going to do really good numbers in pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
So we know Canelo's going to get the big share of the pot of the money. That is not even negotiable, period.
Right.
David's going to have to take that $5 million and shut the fuck up. That's it, if he wants to fight. And I don't think he has a problem with that. But here's where Samson comes into play, right? He's going to say, well, look, Eddie, we know this is a big fight. We know we're going to do really good numbers. We're going to break the bank with this possibly. And that's because my guy brings a level of danger to the fight. He brings that level of excitement that, hey, Canelo's going to be in a real competitive fight. He might lose. That's going to get more people to want to watch the fight. So that's where he has chips to bargain with trying to get rights to broadcast it or something, because the fight is not as big without David Benavidez. So that's where he can come with and say, hey, look, you got to give me something. It can't just be all DAZN. You can't just give me $5 million and say, here, take it. It's not a big fight without my guy. You can fight Berlanga then. You can fight Munguia. That's probably what Samson is saying at that point. That's what I would be telling him. Eddie, this fight is not as big as it would be without my guy.
Hey, I really call me crazy, bro, but I really think that if he goes with Eddie, I think we're going to get the Benavidez fight.
I hope so, man. I hold hope for it. I really do.
Because as crooked and lies that I've caught Eddie in, as much as lies and shit that you can point to where Eddie has capped and talked lies, he has paid out money, big money for fights before.
Too much money.
Yeah. So I
just
mean,
like Al Heyman, he's guilty of the same thing.
Yeah.
Look, he paid what, $7 million for Haney Pro Grace and put it on pay-per-view, and then they only sold 50,000 or less.
Right.
Boy, you think DAZN was happy with that? Fuck no. Fuck no. They lost money on that. So he's a problem too. Eddie, everybody acts like Eddie's the second coming,
No. I just think listen, every promoter for me has I could point to shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I just think that if he goes with Eddie, the fight will get made. That's just me.
I hope
I think
so.
The fight will get made.
I hope so. I want to see the fight really bad.
And
look, if PBC
you know
goes
what's
down,
crazy too, by the way? Another reason why I think people should look at PBC is because this isn't the first time we've had something. Remember when Crawford was having issues with the Spence fight being made? All that crazy shit with PBC they had to go through. And he said the same thing. They were trying to renege on stuff and all this, and it was Spence that had to actually step in and give him what he wanted, right? And that's why Crawford was giving him nothing but respect. Remember at the press conference, he's like, yo, listen, PBC, Al, they were trying to renege and take stuff from me. Earl stepped up and said, no, give it to him. So they have a pattern of doing this. You know what I mean? They have a pattern of doing this to fighters. And that I can't get behind, bro. Regardless how much I want to see a fight, I can't get behind you doing that to a fighter.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a different situation. And I'll say it like this, because Crawford, right? He spent all those years at 147 with Top Rank, right? And they didn't have no work for him over there. So he's fighting a lot of no-name guys, but he was getting a big guarantee. He was taking home a guaranteed purse bigger than anybody at welterweight, including Earl Spence. But he wasn't drawing the kind of money like Spence was, right? See, that's where the kind of thing broke down with those negotiations, because Crawford saying, hey, look, I'm used to getting so-and-so guaranteed every time I fight. Well, Spence is saying, well, my guarantee ain't that high, but you know what? I get more money on the back end because they're putting my fights on pay-per-view, and they're actually making money with these pay-per-views that I'm doing. They're not making a whole lot of money, but they're making good money. Like I believe it was reported when he fought Mikey Garcia, I think that did around 400K, something like that. I think Sean Porter might have done like 300. Those are decent numbers, and those are numbers where you're gonna make more money on the back end because they're not paying crazy guarantees like Crawford was getting. So that Crawford is no saint in that negotiation either, man. He was driving a hard bargain.
No, absolutely not. And look, just like look, Tycho's pointing out David right here with Morrell. I think that too. It's like, You know what? You know what would impress me? If David turned around and said, and nobody finds it funny, right? That look, besides David at 168, who else is considered a problem at 168?
I would say just Morrell. That's it.
Right. Think about this. And I think Tycho is alluding to this. So we all know, right, that besides, I mean, listen, you got Munguia there, you got Plant there, you got Andre there, right? But a lot of these guys, Andre, Charlo, and Munguia and Berlanga, these guys are all 160 pounders moving up. You know, they recently got there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you look at it, the guy behind David that's the most dangerous is going to be David Morrell. And it's kind of funny, right? He could have turned around and said, hey, I'm gonna pick him. He doesn't.
Yeah. Well, here's what
He
I'll
goes
say.
up to 175.
I think
you know,
Vostik, right? If he's the guy who we remember, right? Because he did take a beating from Beterbiev back in 2019. But if he's got about 90% of Vostik, he took a beating from
the guy. Oh, yeah. By the way, the guy that David's going to be fighting is good, by the way. Is good.
Dude, he's a dangerous fighter, but Benavidez might not win that fight. That's just my opinion. He's going to have trouble with that fight. He should fight Morrell. It's just as much of a dangerous fight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Both are tough fights. And I mean, look, here's the thing, man. A lot of fans were saying, look, David can't just wait around for Canelo, right? I agree. So
I agree.
when he moves on, he still gets criticized, right? Like, what'd they say about Plant? They finally got the Plant fight done early last year, around this time last year. But he couldn't knock him out, right? Means nothing. Canelo knocked him out.
Bro, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Not even just in boxing, bro. In life, bro. In life. Even on YouTube. Look. And you should know this more than anybody, right? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you do a live, right, and you be honest, you telling people how you feel, you honestly tell them how you feel, right? They'll call you a dick rider or whatever, right? But then if you turned around and you lied and you said something, they're gonna call you a hypocrite. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So that's why I just stay doing what I'm doing and don't change what I do, because even if I tried to change what I do, you know what I mean? It's not going to change anything, because I might gain a little bit of subscribers over here, but I'm going to lose some because they don't feel that, you know, you just do what you got to do. You know, I try to stay. I know that, you know, the few people that watch me, bro, they at least they stay with what they believe. You look at the chat right here. A lot of these guys don't even agree with what the other guy's saying.
I even see a muck is saying
a lot of people are disagreeing. Yeah, they're disagreeing.
Think Morrell's very dangerous. And look,
right. Somebody thinks Morrell's dangerous. Somebody thinks he's not. Tycho thinks that Canelo is a duck, and other people are like, no, he's not. You know, it is what it is. But at least people explain why they feel that way.
And you see how opinions are kind of all over the place about what Benavidez has been doing and what he hasn't done. Right. Mm-hmm. I predicted this early last year. Right. Actually, 2022 was when I started saying that fans are putting up a lot of roadblocks for Benavidez, right? They complained that he was in an eliminator with David Lemieux, right? Because Lemieux's old and he's washed and whatnot. Look, that's out of Benavidez's control. He was ranked number 1. Lemieux was ranked number 2. They fought in an eliminator to become the mandatory at that time, right? Beats him. He becomes the mandatory. No mandatory is enforced. Then he has to fight Kyron Davis next and a replacement because his opponent tested positive for a steroid. Beats him.
Who was supposed to David fight, but he tested positive for a steroid?
Uskateki.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So
I think David would have put a hurting on that guy.
Yeah, I think he would have beat him too.
He's too slow.
Yeah, and they criticized him for Kyron Davis, which was a replacement fight, right? And then Mauricio had his convention where he said, I will make the winner of this fight between Benavidez and Plant a mandatory. And he doesn't do shit. Even if he did, right? What do you think? He's going to strong arm Canelo? Like, you seriously think he's going to do that?
I mean, look. I do want to make it clear, man. Canelo is not above criticism when it comes to me. If he picks
No, me
Berlanga,
either.
if he picks Berlanga, I'm gonna be upset, bro. I'm gonna be upset because I already, number one, that's a fight where I already know the outcome. I feel like I know the outcome. I know some people disagree with me in the chat and they say, well, Berlanga is exciting. He comes to fight. Fine. I don't think that he's ready, but it's not up to me to make. But I do think that Canelo picking him would be, in this situation, I will admit that I feel like Canelo picking him, he's picking him because he's the more easier of the options. You know what I mean? If he was to fight anyone first over there, I think it should be at least Munguia.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I got criticized heavily by some people that used to be cool with me, and they're not cool with me no more. But
Oh,
last
what a
June,
surprise.
yeah,
What a
last
surprise.
June, when Samson reported that, then this was before Canelo had announced that he was going to sign a 3-fight deal with PBC, right? This is probably about a week or so before. He put out a tweet and he said, hey, look, we tried to make the fight with Canelo because he's a free agent. He's not of his contract with Matchroom. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, right? So I made a video talking about it. And I said, hey, look, guys, I got some information on the inside that if Canelo re-ups with Matchroom, his next opponent is going to be Edgar Berlanga. Oh, they got pissed. I was getting sent videos. Oh, this guy, man, he's just setting narratives against Canelo because he hates Canelo. But this is what I heard. And look what's happening. Hey, don't shoot the fucking messenger, okay?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Look, man, it is what it is, man. I mean, and I'm okay with people's opinions, by the way, and especially if they're talking facts, it is what it is. But even if they're not, like right here, he said, don't confuse my opinion for hate, or what do you say? Excuse my word, cherry picking duck. I mean, you ain't got to explain yourself, Tycho, over here. You good, bro.
Yeah,
I know what you
your
mean.
mind, bro.
I know what you
Speak
mean.
your mind. You're good.
I know what you mean, bro. Look, he strongly feels Canelo's ducking David. Hey, I strongly believe he's been avoiding David. But like I said, I have my own reason for that. And my criticism with David is this too. And I'm gonna keep saying this, bro. If you know what you're doing is making it worse, if you know the way that you're going about something and the way that you're conducting yourself is lowering your chances of making a fight, why would you keep doing that? That boggles me. It boggles me. And why would you lie about certain things in regards to the Canelo fight? Because when you lie, you make me think, bro, is everything you're saying what it is? Does that make sense? Does that make sense though? I mean, like,
yeah, no, it makes sense from what
it's like, to me, it's like,
yeah.
Listen, if you're saying Canelo's running and all that shit, bro, it's easy. Just keep it up. There's nothing to hide. He's running scared. You ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta hide nothing because everybody's gonna see, right? But when you start hiding stuff and you start lying about, now you're making me, what's your angle? Like, why would you do that, right? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, if you know that what you're doing is lowering your chances of getting a fight, why would you keep doing it? It's sort of like when Devin Haney admitted that Teofimo Lopez called him. Devin Haney admitted that Teofimo Lopez called him on the phone and Teo said, I want to fight. And Devin said that he said to him, Ninja, you drunk. I want to speak to your boss. Right? Now, it's true. Teo has a boss and Teo cannot make fights on his own. But it's also, Bob Arum has made it very clear on numerous occasions, that he takes Teofimo Lopez's suggestions on who he wants to fight seriously.
Teo has made a lot of headlines calling out Terrence Crawford. What do you make of that call? Because a lot of people were surprised that someone like Teo would call out someone like Crawford, who's been just on a mean streak pretty much his whole career.
Well, Teo calling out Crawford, fine. If Crawford is interested in the fight, we'll get it done. If not, we won't get it done. But it's another option that Teo has given us, the fact that he would fight either Haney or Garcia or Crawford.
Look at that. So that's Bob Arum right there is telling you that Teo says right there out of Bob Arum's mouth, he says, listen, Tio said he wants to fight Haney, Ryan Garcia, or Crawford. And he's basically saying, I am behind all these, right? That's what you just heard him say in so many words. He's giving me these options. I fully back these options. If he wants to fight Crawford, I will try to make it happen. That's what Bob just said, right? So going back to what I was saying with David Benavidez and like, why would you keep doing something if you know it's not going to help you, right? Going back to that, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez called him on the phone and said, let's fight. Devin Haney said, Ninja, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your boss, right? So what's he doing? He's disrespecting Tio, right? He's spitting in his face or whatever, knowing Tio's going to be like, you know what, man? I ain't going to fuck, like I'm out, right?
Hey, Shadow, because give me a minute, man. I got to step away for a second, okay?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened with Tio. He said, Ninja, I want to talk to your boss, this and that. And Tio got mad and said, you know what? Forget this, right? So I ask you, everybody, if you know that that's going to push Tio away, why would you do that, Devin? Why would you do that? It makes me think you really don't want to fight Tio, right? It's the same thing with David. You know what you're doing is pushing Canelo away. I don't know why you would keep doing that, bro. I don't know. Yeah, Pounds, but yeah. Pounds is dead serious on this Berlanga shit, bro. He's dead serious, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, but just because he's pushing for Pounds, I mean, Pounds, you really think Berlanga deserves a shot at Canelo, bro? Let me ask you, Pounds. Let me ask you. What do you think happens in that fight? Seriously.
Hey, I'm back, man, but I gotta bounce, man. I got something going on with my kids.
That's fine. I'm about to get off anyway, man. Hey, G Funky, man, like always, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you guys in the chat too, man. It's always fun coming here, man. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, before I get out of here, Pounds, let me ask you, Pounds. Let me ask you. I gotta ask you, bro. Okay, I hear you. Berlanga's been calling out Canelo. I get it. You're right. He has. How's that fight gonna play out, Pounds? I'm just curious what's in your head because, and I fuck with you, Pounds. You're always here. I'm just. What do you think is gonna happen in that fight, bro? You think Berlanga's gonna catch Canelo or something? You think he's gonna do something, bro? I got him getting stopped. I really think that in Berlanga's case, him begging for the Canelo fight, he knows the money. See, there's a couple of people that I feel like call out Canelo. They're only calling him out for the money. But then there's a couple of people that I feel like are calling him out because they really think that they could beat him. Right? I think David really thinks he could beat Canelo. I'm not sure if Berlanga in his head really thinks he could beat Canelo. But just because he's been chasing him doesn't make it, in my opinion, right for him to fight Canelo. I'm going to be pissed if Canelo chooses to fight Berlanga, and I'm going to be openly against it. Just like I'm openly against PBC breaking their contract or breaking their word. Yeah, everyone's got to punch his chance. Devin Haney's got to punch his chance. Actually, no, we don't. But yeah. I mean, I get it, Pounds. I get it. I mean, okay, Pounds, let me ask you this before I get out of here. If Canelo goes to Matchroom and it's between, I'm just giving you a scenario, and it's between Berlanga, Munguia, or Morrell, who do you want to see Canelo fight, Pounds? As a fan, which fight would you be interested in watching? If Munguia, Morrell, or Berlanga, if Canelo had those choices? It's not who you think is more deserving, by the way. Which one would you want to see? Hey, man, if that's what you want, bro. Hey, look, man. Hey, if that's what you want, bro, that's fine. That's fine. I can't knock you for wanting Berlanga versus Canelo pounds. I can't. If that's what you want to see, that's what you want to see. You have the right to want Berlanga in May, Munguia in September. Oh, he did go for it. Oh, man. You OG, stop it, OG. Stop it. Stop it, OG. Come on, bro. I've kept it a buck. I've kept it a buck on Berlanga since day one, bro. They've been calling me a Berlanga hater since day one, bro. I'm telling you what I see, man. I'm telling you what I see, bro. Don't criticize me for getting like. Come on, man. Y'all criticizing me because I see Berlanga as green. I don't think he's that good. I don't. That's it. He could prove me wrong all day. Matter of fact, him being Puerto Rican, I wish nothing but the best. I wish he does prove me wrong. I got no problem with that. I got no problem. If this dude turned around and had a spectacular career, I would have no problem getting on here saying, hey, y'all remember when I used to get on Berlanga and say that he was a bum and everything? Man, I feel stupid now. Hey, I got no problem doing that. I don't think it's going to happen. But if Berlanga was to turn his career around and he was going to be the next Tito Trinidad, I would have no problem getting up in here saying, bro, I remember when I used to get on Berlanga and I used to call him trash. I was so stupid. I was so dumb. I got no problem doing that. But I don't think that ever is going to happen, Pounds. I don't think Berlanga is that good, bro. What's going on, man? I don't think he's that good. I don't think Berlanga is that good. Now, he did do good in his last fight. I got to give him credit for that, bro. But you're only as good as your opponent. You know what I mean? And let's not forget that some fighters fight to their competition. I don't know if Berlanga is like that. We don't know yet. Some fighters fight to their competition, like Tio. I think Tio fights to his competition. You know, I don't know, but if Canelo has to pick between Berlanga, Munguia, and Morrell, I would rather him fight Munguia. If he picks Berlanga, best believe y'all. If Canelo picks Berlanga, you gonna if Canelo picks Berlanga, you gonna see me damn near flip my lip. Oh, y'all gonna see me, all right. You watch when I make that thumbnail. Watch. I think I got a plan for that thumbnail already. Yeah. Because I've been working on my thumbnails, bro. I've been working on them the best that I can, trying to make them as as good and make them look as good as I can or whatever. And I'm telling you right now, if he fights Berlanga, I'm telling you right now, yeah, I got something for that ass, bro. Pause. I'm not on board with that fight. I'm not on board with that fight at all. Canelo mops the floor with Berlanga, bro. Berlanga's going to get hurt. People say, oh, you haven't seen Canelo get a knockout in a while, right? Oh, you're going to see one that fight. I know, right? Hey, Tycho, I was thinking that yesterday, bro. Oh my God, that's so funny. Let's go back to that video. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking, damn well in Tito's mind, when he's embracing Berlanga, in his mind, he's like, man, this dude, man, he ain't even a fucking he ain't even a fifth of what I am, but all right, I'm going to give him a pass. Here we go. Hold on. What we got here? Hold on. Edgar Berlanga with Tito. Oh shit, Edgar Berlanga with Tito.
Siempre, siempre que esté con un rival tuyo, que sea, tú eres mi rival. Ahí, no le quita la mirada nunca. Eso es bien positivo para ti. ¿Por qué? Porque si el rival te tiene miedo, te lo va a demostrar cuando tú lo mires. Tú vas a decir,
Raúl.
1, tú me dices 1. Yo veo 5-11. Ya tienen un montón de.
Yeah, Tycho, yeah. Oh shit, this shit be dying, bro. This shit funny as fuck. Yo, Tito still like he'll knock you out, bro. Tito still like Tito still looking, yo. Tito still looking like he'll knock somebody out, bro. Tito still, yo, even right now, bro. Look, you can even tell right there, bro. Tito still look like he can knock somebody out, bro. Look, before I get out of here, let me end with this. First off, hey, I appreciate you guys for being here, man. The little bit of you guys that tuned in, I really do. And Tycho, you're always good, bro. You don't ever got to explain yourself to me. I actually enjoyed going back and forth with you, bro. And you're my guy, and you know that, bro. Listen, you think Canelo a duck? He a duck. That's fine. I just hope you understand where I'm coming from. I don't think it's right to renege on any agreement or contract at all. That's just where I'm coming from. I do think that he has been avoiding David, but I don't think it's for the reasons that people believe. Nonetheless, I do put blame on Benavidez as well in their camp. They're not transparent. They lie, and I'm wondering why are they lying. PBC we already see that they had money issues and tried to alter a contract, and I don't blame Canelo for walking away. If Canelo decides to fight Berlanga, I'm going to have a problem with that. And one last thing. The reason why I'm so hard on Berlanga is because I set the bar very, very high for Puerto Rican fighters. And I just think that Berlanga, I hate to say it, man, and it's going to sound disrespectful, but I'm just telling you how I believe and what I feel. It's going to sound, it is what it is. I feel like Berlanga is a manufactured fighter. I feel like he's a manufactured fighter. If you was to take fighters and you was able to create a fighter and protect them and direct their career, I believe Berlanga is a perfect example of that. And I say that respectfully. I know people get mad at me. They say, oh, you disrespecting your own people. I'm telling you what I see. I set the bar very, very high. Okay? Very high. My favorite fighter of all time is Tito Trinidad. So the bar is set high. Berlanga is not that guy. Berlanga's not that guy. He's not even close. Berlanga doesn't even think he's that guy. I don't see him beating anybody at 168. I think Munguia knocks him out. I think Morrell puts him in the hospital. I think David ends his career. I think Canelo gives him a good payday, and we won't see him for a while. I don't even know if he could beat Boo Boo. I don't think he could beat Jamal Charlo. I don't think he could beat Caleb Plant. I don't even, this could sound fucked up, but I don't even know if he could beat John Ryder. That's the truth on Berlanga. People could call me a hater all you want. When he was knocking people out in the first round, 16 straight, I was saying back then, these dudes are just standing there. They're just standing there. I said, bro, I haven't seen anything from this guy. Then he fights Nicholson, and he goes the distance. And I think to this date, that was his best performance, bro. That was his best performance to date. And then the fight after that, he fought somebody that had a steady jab and was able to counterpunch somewhat. And he had the worst night at the office ever. And I thought, maybe, you know what? Maybe it's just a bad night. Maybe it's just everybody has a bad night. Then he fought in the very next fight again. And it happened again. And that's when I said, no, that's not a fluke. That's not a fluke. That's a fighter that needs to work on things. It's not disrespectful for me to think that he's not as good as people think he is. I don't think he's a bum human being. I don't call fighters bums. I don't call them Uber drivers. He steps in the ring. He puts his life on the line. It is what it is. But you are representing the island of Puerto Rico, and you think because you're walking in with Fat Joe and people will pay for your tickets that you're the next coming of Trinidad, and you're not. You're not even close. You're not even a Cotto. You're not even a declining Cotto. So y'all can say whatever you want. Y'all can say I'm a Berlanga hater. At least I've always kept it real when it comes to Berlanga. I would like nothing better than for him to prove me wrong. If he was to turn around right now and be undisputed at 168, I got no problem going live and going, y'all remember when I used to get on him and call him trash? Bro, I look like a fool. In fact, I will play the live along if he does that. I will play the live along with it. I will sit there and I will say, I am a fool. I am a fool for saying all these terrible things that I said about Edgar Berlanga. But until then, he's not a Trinidad. He's not a Cotto. He's not even a declining Cotto. He doesn't beat, I don't think he beats Jamal. I don't think he beats Boo Boo. I don't think he beats Caleb Plant. I don't think he beats Munguia. I don't think he beats David Morrell. I don't think he beats Canelo. I don't think he beats David Benavidez. I'm not even sure if he beats John Ryder. You take it with what you want to take that with. And if you're Puerto Rican and you're upset, fine. You can call me Uncle Tom. I don't care. You can call me whatever. You think I'm gonna just give him a pass? I'm gonna just give him a pass because he's Puerto Rican. Nah, fuck that. No. That might be true. Pounds. That, you know what? If we're talking about heart, Berlanga got heart. Berlanga got heart, but 9 out of 10 guys, let me ask you this. When your skills don't equate to your heart, let me say this again. When your boxing skills, when your heart is up here and your boxing skills are down here, think about it. When your heart is up here and your boxing skills are down here, right? What usually happens? What happens? Your heart gets you hurt. When your heart is up here and your boxing skills are down here, that means that when you run out of your skills and you're struggling or whatever, all you got is your heart. All you got is your balls and your heart is being a man. But you still got no skills left. So now you just getting hurt. Which is why fighters need to be saved from themselves. So yes, does Berlanga have heart? Yeah. But we don't even know how much heart he's got, Pounds. We don't even know because he's never even been as far as like he's had a rough day at the office and he showed that I put it like this. He fought 2 guys that didn't even have devastating knockout power, right? One guy dropped him. He had a bad night at the office, right? Did Berlanga keep trying to fight? Yeah. Yeah, he did. I mean, if that's the credit I want to give him, yes, he did. All right. He did. He stayed in the fight. All right. He did. There's not much else I can say on top of that, though. That is true, Boxing Magic. I say it all the time. He's damned if he does, he's damned if he don't. But I don't want to see him fight Berlanga, though, Boxing Magic. And I don't think you want to see him fight Berlanga either. But yeah, you're right. When it comes to Canelo, he's damned if he does, he's damned if he don't. I go through that all the time. I don't think it's right. PBC broke that contract. So it is what it is. If that is what's being reported, if what is being reported is 100% accurate, I agree with Canelo Alvarez walking away. That is what I am saying. That doesn't mean that I'm agreeing that I don't like the fact that he's not fighting David. I want him to fight David. I want him to fight David. I'll say it again. I want him to fight David. What I am saying is that if what is being reported is true and PBC did break that contract, I do not blame Canelo Alvarez for walking away. Just like I'm gonna stay on my stance and I'm gonna stand firm on it. Just like I stand firm on Edgar Berlanga. I'm not calling Edgar Berlanga a bum. I don't call fighters bums, but I am telling you right now, I set the bar high. And I do not think he's a contender at 168. So if Canelo picks him, I'm going to be upset. Let's go through the list. Do you think Boo Boo beats? Do you think Boo Boo beats Berlanga beats Boo Boo? I think he has a hard night at the office. You think Berlanga beats Jamal? Come on, tell me. I think even a drunk Jamal gives Berlanga problems. You think he beats David Morrell? How about Caleb Plant? Think he beats Caleb Plant? How about David Benavidez? You think he beats David Benavidez? How about Canelo? I'm not even sure if he could beat John Ryder. And people could say, oh, you're too hard on him. I'm telling you what I see. He had a good fight the other night. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He gets nothing but credit for that. But the bar I have for Puerto Rican fighters are high, bro. It is what it is. I think if Cotto came back from retirement and had a full camp, he beats Berlanga. Yeah, but difference is boxing magic. David Benavidez was putting relentless pressure on him, bro. Relentless pressure. Remember, David was putting relentless pressure on him. Remember, I got the clip right here, and this is where I pointed out that David kept throwing that same right hand over and over and over again until he landed it. To give him credit, until he landed it, just like when I said when Tank for Santa Cruz, and he kept throwing that uppercut over again, and then he landed it, and it was over, right? So he gets the credit for that, but he did. He threw it over at the same time, and that's all he did. That's what David was doing.
Still astounds me how he may start to throw combinations. Big right hand. And
there he lands it, but now mind you, these are clipped, but I'm showing you how many times he started off with that punch. He was throwing it every round.
Still astounds me how he may start to throw combinations. Big right hand, and down goes Andrade. That would be for David Benavidez to not only be the first guy, big right hand by Benavidez. Andrade still. And some working out by.
As you saw, he got clipped right there. Yes. So did Andrade quit? Yes, but he had immense pressure on him. I think he beats Berlanga. Maybe I am too hard on Berlanga, but it is what it is. It's not going to change my opinion that I don't think he beats Boo Boo. I don't think he beats Jamal. I don't think he beats Morrell. I don't think he beats Munguia. I don't think he beats Benavidez. I don't think he beats Canelo. I'm not even sure if he beats Ryder. And I'm dead serious when I say that if Cotto came out of retirement and had a full camp, I don't even think he beats him. I don't understand, like, so because like he's I don't understand the mentality. Look, I want nothing but the best for my people, but just because he's Puerto Rican and he comes to fight, I'm supposed to what? I'm supposed to what? I'm confused. If he was to have a great career, I will be the first to come on here. I will be the first to come on here, bro, and say, I want nothing but the best for Berlanga. If he went undisputed this year, I will make a live shitting on myself, bro, for a straight week. Not literally, Ringside Reporter. I will go in on myself, pause, every day for a week, bro. And I will say I was wrong. Shut up, Sergeant. Sergeant's stupid, bro. I don't think Berlanga is that good, bro. Okay. And I don't think Canelo should be fighting him. Yeah, you know, at least when he was with him, he looked like he had discipline and he was doing these push-ups. Remember when Berlanga was doing push-ups? That Berlanga was, but I will say this, Tycho. I have to give him credit on his last fight. He seemed more poised. Right? And he did have a good night. But again, no disrespect to his opponent, but that's against his opponent, right? Let's go to a 168 landscape before I get out of here. Let's look at this real quick. Let me show you something. All right, let me show you something. Okay, you guys can see that, right? Look at this. So we all know we got Canelo right there, right? You think he beats Christian Mabili? How about Shishkin? You think he beats Diego Pacheco? You think he beats Caleb Plant? How about Jaime Munguia? Y'all think Berlanga beats any of these guys, huh? How about Demetrius Andrade? I'm just keeping it from what I see, bro. I don't. He might get a belt. I'll give him that. He might get a belt. And the way he'll get the belt is somebody's going to vacate. And then the way I can see him getting a belt is like this. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, right here. If he was to, so he's ranked, Edgar Berlanga is ranked in the IBF and the WBO right now. Okay, he's ranked in the WBC too, but in the WBC he's number 10. He's ranked in all four. Okay, so look, in the WBC, Edgar Berlanga is ranked 10. In the WBA, Edgar Berlanga is ranked 8. In the IBF, Edgar Berlanga is ranked 6. And in the WBO, Edgar Berlanga is ranked 5th. So let me ask you, why should he be fighting Canelo? Why? Of course, the answer is going to be money. But anyway, let's look at all those rankings that I just said, right? He's not in the top 5 in any one of them, right? But the way that I could actually see him getting a belt is, let's just say, I don't think it's going to happen here because Jaime Munguia is over here. Maybe the IBF. So let's say Saul Alvarez was to vacate. Canelo vacates, right? And somehow Diego Pacheco can't fight William Skull. And somehow Berlanga steps in and he beats Skull. He can get an IBF. I could see that happening. And then as soon as he faces Pacheco, he's going to lose it. And this is what and yeah, Frank, but I don't want to see it though, man. Nah. And I don't know if you just got here, but I've been on a Berlanga rant, bro, because I don't care if he's Puerto Rican, bro. I'm telling the God's honest truth. In my opinion, in my opinion on what I see, I don't think the guy beats any of these guys, bro. I think he did good in his last fight. I will give him that. And I'm not going to call him a bum because I don't call fighters bums, but I'm just telling you, I'm looking at this right here, and I do not think Berlanga beats Andrade. I think even Andrade beats him. I think Pacheco beats him. I think Jaime Munguia beats him. I think Benavidez beats him. Morrell beats him. Caleb Plant beats him. Jamal Charlo beats him. Mabili might even beat him. Okay. Appreciate you, man. So I damn, third job. Damn. Okay. Do you, bro? Do you? Stop. Oh, I know you trolling, bro. I know you trolling, bro. They no way, bro. In what world? In what world is this dude? Nah. Even if you can give him the easiest, Okay, which one is the easiest route? I'm gonna show you right here. Look, the easiest route for him to get a belt is if he went the IBF route. That's the easiest way Berlanga will get a belt. He's got to go to IBF route. And it's still a rough journey for him, in my opinion. It's still a rough journey. You want to know why I'm so hard on Berlanga? I'm going to tell you why. Because he struggled with somebody who had an average jab. I'll show you the guy right here. What was his name? He struggled with a guy that had an average jab and subpar power. I mean, not only did he struggle, but I believe he was dropped. If it's that one or it's the next fight. And Berlanga's timing is so off. It's so off. He's got power. Yeah, he's got some power. And he does hit a little hard. Yeah, I'll give him that. But his timing is off. And I don't think he's got a good chin. I remember when Erickson Lubin came out. Did y'all ever see the Erickson Lubin one where he's beating up on Berlanga? Oh, let me show you. Yeah, stick around. Let me show you. Oh, yeah. Let's go on this journey together, shall we? Here, let me show you. Hold on. Mind you, what weight class does Erickson Lubin fight at, y'all? I'm about to show it to you. Right before I show it to you, let me get you ripe for this scene you're about to see. Berlanga's getting pieced up. He's frustrated. Erickson Lubin, I believe, if this is the right one, he's talking to him and he's saying things to him like, "Ain't you the dude I knocked out in the amateurs? Ain't you the dude I beat up in the amateurs?" Playing with him. Hold on. Look. As soon as it starts, I seen you get knocked out in the amateurs, boy, as he's throwing punches. I see you get knocked out in the amateurs. That's a 154 pounder, bro. That's a 154 pounder beating your ass. Talking about, I see you get knocked out in the amateurs, bro. Berlanga didn't even want to let go of the rope. I don't know if y'all saw that correctly, but Berlanga didn't even want to let go of the rope. He had him on the rope and was still holding it. He didn't want to let. You want to know why? You think he didn't want to let him go because he was just, he wanted to be all close to Lubin. Now he didn't want to let it go because he getting pieced up. He was tired. I know what I see in Berlanga. So anytime y'all tell me, oh, but you're hating Shadow, I know what I see in the guy and what I don't see in the guy, bro. I don't think he's that guy. Yeah. Yeah. Right. No, listen, I hear what you guys are saying. It is experience, and people do have bad sparring sessions, but I also got to look at the fact that I got to look at Berlanga's actual fights too, right? I got to look at his actual fights as well, don't I? Those fights where he struggled against the guy. Look, maybe, hey, listen, you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. I've already told you. If he proves me wrong, I will be the first. I will be the first, bruh, to get on here and say, yo, all those times I said about Berlanga, bruh, I was wrong. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I will say that, bruh. I will say that. I will say I was wrong. And this is something where I can honestly say those things where people say they hope that they're wrong. Like, for instance, I really don't think Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is going to happen. I think something's going to happen. I think something's going to happen that the fight's not going to go through. I don't know what it is yet. It's just a feeling. And the reason why I feel like that is because of Ryan Garcia's history. Ryan Garcia's history. So it's not necessarily because I don't want the fight or anything. I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen. I hope that I get proven wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. Same thing with Berlanga. I hope I'm wrong, bro. I hope this guy becomes the next Tito. I really do. I would love it. I would back it, but I just don't see it, y'all. I don't think he beats anyone in the top 5. Not right now. He looked good in his last fight, but against that guy, right? And I need to see more of him. I don't agree if Canelo picks him. But at the same note, I do know that Canelo's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And like I said, I blame the PBC for them trying to alter something. So, yes, he did. Well, hold on a second. No. Hold on a second. That's a low blow, Pounds. That's a low blow, Pounds. Colbert got knocked out because he showed heart. One thing you can't say is Chris ran. If you're talking about the Garcia fight, absolutely. He gave up. He even admitted that he gave up. Absolutely. But in the 2 fights with El Rayo, he stood there and he fought. That's why he got knocked out. You can try to switch it on me all you want, Pounds. I feel the way that I feel about Berlanga, and that's it. Until further due notice, until this man changes my opinion. And when I say change my opinion, I need to see it through fights. He had a good fight. Yes, I will give him that. I'm not going to call him a bum. I'm not going to do that. And I've already admitted that if he became that guy, I will be the first to say that I was wrong. So that I'm not going to go back on that deal. I'm telling you, if he becomes very good, bro, I will be the first to say, bro, all the times I said about Berlanga, I was wrong. I got no problem saying that, bro. But I see what I see. I don't think his timing is right. I think he struggles with anyone who has a above average jab. And I think until he fixed it. Now, one thing he did show is he showed more poise. He wasn't just like you know, just throwing punches just to throw them, you know, like hoping I land. He did show more poise where he was looking like he was trying to set it up a little more. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But he's got a lot more, a long way to go in my eyes, though. I'm not playing around when I say that I think that Boo Boo beats Berlanga. I'm not playing when I say that. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious when I say I think Caleb Plant beats Berlanga. I'm not saying it as a joke. I don't know how old is Cotto? How old is Miguel Cotto? Cotto's 43. Miguel Cotto is 43 years old. If he came out of retirement and had a good training camp, I got Cotto over Berlanga. Yes. I do. I do. The worst thing that could have happened to him was going to Puerto Rico and getting that blessing from Tito Trinidad, because once that happened, that's when everything turned. That's when everything, because it was at that point he's like, oh, I got Tito's blessing, and I'm walking out with Fat Joe, right? And I'm walking out with Fat Joe. It was right. It was all when this happened right here is when he started thinking that he's the best fighter in the world and all this other crap. And this is when all downfall. Worst thing that could have happened to him. Yeah, and in Tito's mind, he's like, I know in Tito's mind, he's like, yeah, I got to get this kid a cosign. Damn, he ain't built like me. What? I do think Cotto would beat him. I'm not capping. I'm being dead serious. Cotto takes good care of himself. Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman at 4. Well, how old was he when he fought Keith? Like 40, right? It's possible, Frank. Maybe I might be going a little bit overboard with the Cotto. I'll say, okay, I'll say that. Okay. All right, Frank. I'll pull back a little bit on that. Maybe not the Cotto. Depends on what shape Cotto's in, though. But yeah. But I am serious about everybody else, though. If he wins what? I tell you what, if he has, I will tell you this. If he turns his career around, bro, I'm being dead serious. And if I ever forget, you guys just remind me, bro. I will sit here and I will tell y'all I was wrong. I was a fool. I got no problem doing that, bro. I'm telling you what I see. And I also feel like they need to pump the brakes on him, bro, because he's already calling for Canelo. Come on, guys. Come on now. You're telling me to stop capping, bro. Come on. You think, yeah, y'all really think he deserves Canelo? Do you really think that? You're saying I'm capping, but you think Berlanga really deserves Canelo? Have I been missing something? Hey, it is what it is. If that's what y'all believe, bro. Hey, I can't stop y'all for believing in what you believe in, bro. Yeah, Pounds. That was situational, and even Canelo didn't even want that fight. It was supposed to be Jamal, and Jamel was undisputed. It still wasn't a fight I wanted to see, but that was also situational. So, Frank, do you think Canelo should fight David? I'm about to hop off right now too, Tycho. Now, I appreciate y'all for being here that long. I just want to get this last question in. Do you think Canelo should fight David, Frank? Okay. And with that, I will end it live. I appreciate y'all for being here. Almost went 3 hours, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. I will tune in either tomorrow or the day after this shot. I'm out.